What's up, guys? It's Jess Feliciano and Eric Naples here today on your commentary for Riverfront Fights 4. Today's event is a fundraiser to benefit the We Defy Foundation. The We Defy Foundation provides combat veterans coping with military-connected disabilities a long-term means to overcome their challenges through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and fitness training. Jiu-Jitsu fosters a sense of community that is missing in the lives of our veterans and facilitates a healthier path forward both mentally and physically. It costs on average $2,500 to cover the cost of a one-year scholarship, which is funded through donations. Learn more at wedefyfoundation.org. Donations will be accepted for the duration of the live stream, so donate through Venmo at Riverfront Fights. Show's going to start shortly, but before it starts, we're going to have a few announcements and some rules to announce as well. And for those who are coming in late, we do have some food trucks open to customers at 1 p.m. It's the Kapow food truck is here serving for amazing Hawaiian fusion food out front. We're also going to have a lot of raffles. There's a bunch of tables with gift baskets, gift cards, and more from local businesses that donated to this foundation. So Riverfront Fights 4. I'm excited for these matches. I like the rules. I like that it's judge's decision, so not having to worry about points or advantages.
Yeah, and I think Billy will be up in a little bit just to talk about some of the rules that are pretty unique to Riverfront, one of them being the live submission. When the time expires and one of the opponents is in a locked submission, they're going to let the time go until that person can either escape or they have to submit.
Yeah.
So it eliminates a lot of the close decisions that you would see where it comes down to one final submission attempt. Was it enough?
And also going out of bounds, they'll let it rock. So if you're in a submission and you go out of bounds, they're going to keep it going.
Yeah, it looks like the mat space is pretty boxed in with bleachers, but we've seen it namely with James Lyons. And who was the match against? Oh, Matt Meyerkopf and James Lyons. They were going. It was a fully locked triangle. Went really, really out of bounds, and they let it go for at least a minute.
Yeah, that matchup was wild. I would love to see them run it back again, just for my selfish reasons.
Yeah, I think Riverfront has had a lot of matches that could be in the Riverfront Fights Hall of Fame already, if you will. Even though we're only 4 events deep, there were some really good ones. So the Lions and Meyerkopf match, and also it was Ryan Stark versus Marco from Alliance. That was a really crazy one as well.
Oh yeah, that one was good. Speaking of 4 events, so this is the 3rd year in a row where Riverfront Fights has been the top fundraiser in the world. So the We Defy Foundation it's worldwide. They have fundraisers around the world, but we're pretty special here in Delaware, having the community that Riverfront built here. A lot of people come and show up and support the event, and it's been amazing these past three or 4 events being the top fundraiser in the world.
Yeah, Riverfront really outdoes themselves each year, not only with the actual matches and the event, but with the fundraising as well. I believe I heard Billy talking yesterday. He was saying that a few weeks before the event even started, they outdid the numbers for donations from last year. So yeah. I can only imagine how much donations have been made.
I mean, it's the effort that they put into it. Even their events, although this is like a local event, like it's a small event, relatively small, the people that show up is amazing.
Here's Billy for a rules meeting.
Guys, thank you so much for coming out today. This is our 3rd annual fundraiser for the We Defy Foundation. It's gotten bigger every year. This year, we've already broken last year's donation record already by the time the doors open. So please, keep on coming in. This changes people's lives. I've seen it firsthand. We have We Defy sponsored athletes here, and I've seen it in the Real quick about the rules, I want to make a quick rules announcement. A couple things we're doing different. If time runs out and you are stuck in a submission, actively in a triangle, don't look at the clock and think it's going to save you. You got to fight out of that. If you're finished, the opponent wins. If you escape, you're going to do a decision. Make sense? Good. Another one. If you go out of bounds, you guys are already splashing. If it comes out of bounds, they're told to keep going. If they are in a submission or actively moving in a submission, they are allowed to keep going off the mat. So please be conscious of that when you see the competitors get close. We'll do our best to try to keep them on the mat, but sometimes it happens. There's Brian Grant, guys.
Brian Grant's going to be announcing something pretty special here.
My name is Brian Grant. I'm the National Coordinator for the We Defy Foundation. I'm also a student of Riverfront. For 3 years in a row now, Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu has the single most fundraising effort in the country. Actually, it's global, all over the world. So Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu has raised more money than any other gym 3 years in a row. And because of that, this trophy belongs to Louise Shaw and Billy Shaw.
That's amazing.
As a veteran, there's really no thanks that's enough for what Louise and Billy have done for our veteran community. Pete Lingesso, he's our regional coordinator. He runs everything from Maryland all the way up to Canada on the East Coast. If anybody wants to get involved in the foundation, if you want to be an ambassador, please come see me. If you're a gym, if you want to get your gym involved with us, please come see me. It's super easy. Just go to wedefyfoundation.org. You can find all the directions on there. But please come up and talk before we go.
So first, I want to thank everybody for coming out. As expected, this was going to be packed. Luiz and Billy do an amazing job. And one of the things that I always try to point out, anytime we do a We Defy event, is this. Everything is a grassroots fundraising event. We don't have a lot of sponsorships. We don't have a lot of businesses supporting. Everything comes from every one of you guys. And anytime we can get back to our heroes, the guys that put their butt on the line, they sign their life away to go out there and fight for us, I think we owe it to them to do as much as we can for them. And if giving them a scholarship is the least we can do, I think that's pretty amazing. So I want to thank everybody for being out here. Everybody that's continuing supporting the cause. So every dollar we raise goes directly towards scholarships. And if you look at one of the things we always talk about is if you go to a lot of other NPOs or nonprofits, and you look at the dollar to, or donation to what goes to the actual nonprofit, it's not a lot goes. We Defy is at 83 cents per dollar. That's the highest, I think, ever. It's unheard of in nonprofit world. And that says a lot about what we do is We Defy, and a lot that we try to do even more for our wounded heroes, disabled veterans. So again, big shout out to everybody that's here. Thank you very much for everything you do. And again, Luiz and Billy, you guys are amazing. I guess let's get over.
Guys, Cabal food truck out front. They'll be up and running shortly. I'll make an announcement. Trust me.
All right, for those of you just tuning in, welcome to Riverfront Fights 4. My name is Eric Naples. I'll be co-commentating alongside Jessica Feliciano.
All right, Riverfront,
What's up?
please make some noise.
And for those of you who aren't here to the event yet, maybe you're on your way watching the stream, be sure to participate in the raffles. They're giving away gift baskets, gift cards from local businesses, and also a food truck from Kapow Food will be here soon. Up first, we have Sam Diamond from Tiger Kang
In the
MMA.
red corner, we have Nash Williams representing SBY MMA.
They'll be taking on Nash Williams, SBY MMA. 4 minutes, gray belt match. So I was told that Sammy is the highest fundraiser for the kids of all the kids' batches here. He's coming in at $1,816 for donations.
Wow,
which is pretty
that's
substantial.
awesome. These kids are doing big boy moves. All right. So we got Nash in the white and in red, and then we have Sam in the, black and red, and Sam in the black and yellow.
See Sam's fighting for inside position on those tie-ups. They'll separate. Yeah, it looks like Sam would like to snap him down. Possibly start working a front headlock.
Nice.
He stepped in for Hiraigoshi, but Nash was able to capitalize, gets the takedown, but now Sam's in on a guillotine. I can't tell if his hands are connected, but he's on the correct hip. He's looking to finish. Oh, yeah. You know, when you start fighting the hands in a guillotine, that's usually a sign that it is on. He's got the body triangle. He's really hipping in. I think that's going to be it. Sam Dimond from Tiger Kang MMA. It's a quick guillotine submission.
And give it up to Nash, too. He's a killer.
Man, those kids from Tiger Kang, they're fast.
All right, winner is Sam Dimond, representing Tiger Kang.
Hey guys, before the next match, real quick. Sam, here's Sam. Sam was our #1 fundraiser. 96 people.
That's awesome.
Wow, so #1 fundraiser, not only for kids, but adults too, it sounds like, as far as the competitors here today.
All right, coming up next, we got Lorelei, representing Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we got Alice the Noodle, representing Quintella Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, so Lorelli Rankin out of Bayside Jiu-Jitsu versus Alice the Noodle out of Quintella Jiu-Jitsu. It's a 4-minute match.
Lorelei in the black and blue. Oh, she finds herself in an armbar. Wow, Alice put that on super fast.
Nice little spinning armbar. Very cool, high-level jiu-jitsu out of these little girls. This is exciting. The future is bright.
And something we forgot to say, it's looking like there are bonuses for Fight of the Night, Fastest Submission, and Coolest Submission.
Listen, Alice is taking it right now so far, and we're only 2 matches in.
I know, that had to be, sub 10 seconds. So Fastest and Coolest Submission, they're going to be brought to you by Trash Authority. The Adult Fight of the Night bonus is going to be brought to you by Northeast Fire Protection.
Blue corner, Gallagher, representing Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu.
Got Kevin Gallagher in the Riverfront gear.
Todd Collins representing Ground Control Hunt Valley.
Todd Collins in the white from Ground Control. 5-minute match, white belts.
So Kevin is an Army veteran and was a We Defy sponsored athlete who found the benefits of jiu-jitsu over the past year. He's now a We Defy ambassador and competes regularly. He constantly supports the Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu team and is a great example of why fundraisers like this are so important.
Yeah, to be an ambassador already after 1 year into jiu-jitsu, it's something special.
And that over-under throw.
So yeah, Todd hit a beautiful takedown from the over-under position. He's gonna end up in top side.
Kevin's doing a really good really good job with framing, not letting him settle and mount. Very nice half guard sweep.
You see how tight Todd was on that upper body control. He had Kevin's shoulders pinned to the mat, but because he was so glued, it left him a little bit open for that reversal right there.
Yeah.
And good on Kevin for finding the mount right away after that reversal. Oh, he's going to switch it back over. Now Todd's going to remain on top.
Nice guard recovery here. Close guard for Kevin. So Todd is the highest adult fundraiser, coming in at $1,710.
It's like Kevin had the arm nicely isolated for a little bit, but he let Todd's shoulders come a little bit bladed, and he wasn't able to slap the submission on right away. So now he's going to look to pass.
Todd had a lot more success when he had his posture up in that guard.
And yeah, you see Kevin's going for it again. He's trying to crunch on that shoulder in the closed guard. Wow, sticks to the sweep and gets it. Didn't need the shoulder to be crunched. The upper body control was just good. He glued his chest to his. Belly down armbar, perhaps? Yeah, Kevin's really hunting for that armbar. He got a look at it a little bit ago, and he keeps going back to it. So now we have Todd.
It's the risk that comes with hunting for submissions is you can possibly get your guard pass going for an armbar.
So Todd's going to have his knees tight to the shoulders. Working from north-south. It looks like he may start to dig in a Kimura from here. It's tough to do when the opponent's flattened out. You'd like to work them up to a hip first so you could get a nice dig and get pretty deep in on the elbow. Now this is probably the most stabilized position we've seen in the match. Before it's been, some mount play that hasn't really been, controlled all the way, which resulted in those reversals. But it looks like Todd is doing a really good job for maintaining top position here.
There's a nice underhook here to try to wrestle up or go deep half.
So Todd is trying to fish a Nogi Ezekiel. He's got one arm across the throat. And Kevin does a nice job of keep threatening those bumps.
And the frames is really what's helping prevent or mitigate those submissions.
A high step over the guard and winds back up into north-south. Kevin will step over the ankle and see if he can get one more reversal.
And this match is at 5 minutes, so the white belt matches are 5 minutes. And if there is no sub, it goes to judge's decision.
So he's threatening another armbar, but it's a little bit shallow.
Yeah, he needs to hip heist a little.
Todd's going to start to climb the other way just to make sure he keeps his position. And that's time.
This one's a tough one because they both were hunting for submissions.
Yeah, let's see what the judges have to say. All right, Todd Collins from Ground Control is going to take the victory.
Guys, real quick, please. Todd. Todd is our #1 fundraiser for the adults. $1,710.
just handed it down to a kid. That's awesome. Very cool. So Kevin doesn't know it yet. Sweet.
All right, coming out of the blue corner, we have Dennis Pratt representing Balance Studios.
Right, blue belt match. We got Dennis Pratt from Balance Studios in the red and black, and he'll be taking on Mike Suskin.
Coming out of the red corner, we have Mike Suskin representing Ground Control Hunt Valley.
All right, so blue belts are also 5-minute matches as well. We got Mike in the cheetah shorts.
Is that cheetah or leopard?
Man. Dennis in the all black and red.
Nice snap down, and that happened because Dennis's head was higher than Mike's the whole time.
Very nice, circling to the side to maintain that control and not letting Mike come up.
Looks like Mike's going to be attacking a buggy. He's trying to set it up. He abandons it. Opts to frame just to get that guard back.
I would like to see them reset here since they're settled.
I'm sure Max is looking for it. He's one of the better referees in the game around this way. Just looking for. Okay, now it looks like Dennis is going to circle to the back. Wow, he gets that exposure after going north-south, and now he's forced Dennis to turtle, or sorry, forced Mike to turtle.
Mike did a really good job recovering there.
So you see that head and arm control that Dennis has. I think he's going to look to use it to pass.
He's looking to pummel his legs so that he can get out of that half guard. Keeping his head low. If he raises his head, Mike will be able to fish that arm in and get a good frame. Nice
He'll
pass.
get the pass. Doesn't have the head and arm control like he did before. But you see how he's trying to get him to overextend that left arm. It's like he wants to spin on it.
Looks like Mike is going for either a deep half or... Oh, nice. Sweep there.
All right.
No. Oh.
Wow, good instincts by Dennis.
It seems like they almost have similar game plans.
Oh, he's got a really deep one-arm guillotine. His hands on that bottom rib. He's got good positioning for this. The only thing saving him right now is that he's on a hip, and he can't really extend and bridge into it, but now it looks like he's going to put his forehead to the mat and really start pulling on it. That guillotine's in. Tap. Wow, and a beautiful way to set it up by digging the grip and then placing the hand on the stomach. You know, sometimes you could finish that one-armed, but because it was the half-guard position, he had to drop his head to the mat and pick his other hand.
Dennis Pratt with the win by guillotine.
Winner is out of the blue corner, Dennis Pratt.
And he has a second match later on with
no way.
Capel. Yeah, this guy's going to be on a tear today.
Up next, we're going back to the kids. Got some kids matches.
All right, match number 5, we have Timothy Furia coming out of the blue corner, representing Daniel Gracie Delco.
Timothy Furia from Daniel Gracie Delco. He's taking on Jaxx Nemes from the Hive. This will be a gray belt match.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Jaxx Nemes representing the Hive Martial Arts.
And that's Jaxx with 2 X's. I love that kid. He's the best personality, I swear.
Yeah, very avid competitor as well.
And has such a good attitude towards, like, jiu-jitsu. Nice
Jaxx
stuff.
with the snap. He's right in on back control. Looks like he has both hooks in. Oh, that arm is across. Not quite. Timothy was fighting it. Oh, now he's bridging in. He's bridging in. He's got the full rear naked choke grip. It is tight. Oh, but look at that. Briefly escaped, got to mount, but he sticks with it, gets the tap.
Aww.
Jaxx Nemes out of the Hive. Gets the fast rear naked choke.
Let me tell you something. A couple years, the Hive is going to have some. I mean, they already have monsters, but they're kids.
But can you imagine when they get older?
When they're older, yeah. I can't wait to see what comes out of the Hive martial arts. I also love that they're putting on more kids for this event. Kids need the same experience. If you get it at a younger age, they'll have a better attitude about competing.
Number 6,
yeah, as they should.
Brooks, representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu. He is representing the blue corner. And out of the red corner for match number 6, we have Louise representing 302 BJJ.
All right. So Brett Brooks out of Titan Jiu-Jitsu in the red shorts. And it looks like here Brett just got his blue belt last week.
That's pretty awesome. And we got Louise in the all black and blue. Nice tie up there. Looks like they're both going to try to take each other down.
Yeah, Brett was very aggressively trying to pop that elbow off to enter in on a shot. You can see with his right hand how he's stuffing the elbow of Louise here.
Louise is looking for the inside tie.
Yeah, see, he did it again. Fairly upright posture from both gentlemen here. So Brett will pull guard. Let's see if Louise can work some passing. Gets past the legs. Oh, and he's almost able to solidify the pass. Looked like Brett did a really good job of keeping his knees in.
That's really what it is with guard recovery, is keeping your knees in.
Ooh,
but
how about that knee slice on over the top leg for Louise? He's already working on isolating an arm.
Ooh. Looks like Louise needs to settle a little and slow it down.
Yeah, this is a great place to do it, this modified mount here with the one leg up. So now we'll step over into just traditional full mount.
I feel like it gives us too much space.
Nice awareness from Brett, switching the hip so he doesn't get his back taken.
Louise got a leg clamp. Ooh.
Yeah, you got to be careful with trying to explode up that way, like straight into the opponent, especially when you have that one foot on the mat. It can leave you open for triangles.
I'd like to see a crossface to kind of bring him back to the mat, because Brett being on his side is causing a problem for Louise.
Yeah, and it looks like he's focused on isolating an arm.
Oh, he wants the back. It looks like he wants a gift wrap.
Yeah, he's pinning that right wrist to the mat. Don't know if he can gift wrap it, but he is working on an Americana right now, and Brett explodes up, defends it nicely.
Nice. Wrestle up.
Yeah,
Stays on top.
nice instincts by Louise. Realizing that Brett wanted to explode up and make it a scramble.
Not a good angle for Louise. If Brett is able to get his posture up, he's able to get out of that back.
Yeah, it looks like Brett's going to wind up on top again. He does have his arm across, but I don't know if he's going to be immediately threatened by it. Now, if he keeps walking that guard up closer to the shoulders, we definitely have some arm isolation there. And there it is. Can't tell how deep it is, but he is on an arm bar. Underhooking the leg.
And he's out. It could be a strategic game plan for Brett, falling back for that ankle lock, knowing that this is a sub-only event.
Yeah, I was just thinking that because it wasn't by accident. He just shook out of the armbar and then immediately dropped back for his own ankle lock. Definitely aware of the rules here.
Yeah, now he's looking for a guillotine. Is that...
Oh, now Brett's on the back. Wow, looks like he has one arm under. He's grabbing the head like he has it fully locked up. But you know what, Louise? He doesn't have to defend that hook on the right side. I wonder if he can slip this. So now he gets his back to the mat. He's out of the immediate danger. And now they're back to the feet. So Brett's starting to turn the tide in this match a little bit. Snapping Louise down.
Good sportsmanship here. Ooh. He's
got a chin strap. I don't know if anything is locked in. Louise should be able to pass through that, but man, the work he's doing with his left arm, whether his hands are connected or not. Yeah, I guess the guillotine wasn't locked in. Normally the referee would let that go if it was a locked submission, but she must have saw something that we couldn't. So we'll go to a judge's decision. All right, Brett Brooks out of Titan Jiu-Jitsu is going to get the decision win. He's able to flip the switch for the second half of that match and get it done. After being in pretty deep trouble, you know, working out a mount, avoiding the back take.
All right, match number 7, representing the blue corner, we have Victoria Workman, representing First State Martial Arts.
All right, Victoria Workman from First State Martial Arts.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Katie Bilecki, representing Kaizen Jiu-Jitsu Academy.
Yep, and she'll be taking on Katie Bilecki from Kaizen.
Katie's going to be in the green, and Victoria's going to be in the all black and white. This is a 5-minute match. White belt rules. So remember, with white belt rules, there's no jumping full closed guard, knee bars, toe holds, knee reaps, all that good stuff. And Katie's been on a tear. She's been competing at almost every event that I go to. I see her competing, which is awesome. You can tell she really likes the sport.
It's like Katie had the dominant position, that tie-up right there. You saw Victoria just trying to hip in and keep her base about her. Now it looks like she has a collar tie herself.
Looks like Katie wants that double under. Oh, wait. The over-under.
Over-unders here. You know, so she's going to pull half guard with those double unders, but gives up the crossface. So Victoria's working a pretty tight top game here.
Katie's got good frames at the hips and at the neck with her forearm. She can get that closed guard.
So looks like she's trying to pull for either Williams guard or rubber guard, but she's going to need to get at least a butterfly hook with that left leg. It's very difficult to get stuff off when you're in like a flattened half guard. And just because you can throw that foot up there high by the shoulders doesn't always mean that you have, great submission attacks, especially if you're dealing with a heavy crossface.
Yeah, it could actually do more harm than good.
Oh, she passes to Mount. It's a beautiful pass to Mount by Victoria.
And very good head positioning, too. She's not letting up or not giving up space with chest-to-chest position.
Yeah, and what I noticed here, as opposed to some of the prior matches, is when she got to the mount, she didn't sacrifice any part of the control. She kept her feet and her knees in line and still stuck with the upper body control. And that's why we haven't seen her get, reversed or bucked off in a way that would, reset the action. But as I say that, looks like Katie was able to get to a hip and push that leg through for a half guard. Victoria's right back to work, and 3/4 mount, you see she's on her toes. She wants to slip that knee.
Looks like she has a head and arm.
Yeah, she has a grip on the forearm. So let's see if she could free her knee and then flip the grip over.
You can finish that with the half guard.
Yeah, this looks like it could get tight. It's like she's just having a little bit of trouble of maintaining the position with that grip. So now Katie's free.
Very good defense by Katie, too.
Yeah, Victoria climbed that left knee up by the shoulder. She already had the gift wrap from the head and arm. Now she's working on the back. And if you're Katie, you're going to want to look to get your shoulders onto the mat to not the underhook side, but the choke side, which she does. She chose to spin, and she's going to wind up on top. Beautiful.
Very nice. She should look to posture up.
Oh, right into a triangle. Oh, but she slips the arm out.
Very nice.
So now it looks like Katie's threading her left arm for a darce. Oh, she's able to get... Yeah, Victoria slipped out of it. Scrambled to the back. So Victoria finds herself where she was just a moment ago. She has an arm under the neck, and her right arm is over the shoulder, too. It looks like they're hand fighting a little bit, but if she can get at least palm to palm, yeah, that's on. That's just a fight. It's just a fight for hand positioning now. She could finish this one arm. She has control of the wrist.
Yeah, she needs that ear-to-ear positioning. She's too high up.
Yeah, but look, Katie is starting to slip out to the right side.
Oh, nice.
So she frees herself from that immediate threat, but that was the deepest submission attempt of the match so far. Victoria's still sticking with it. She's trying to dig a rear naked with the left arm, but it looks like her head positioning is a little bit off. I don't think she can get the finish right from here. Body triangle's tight, so Katie's not able to get a shoulder to the mat like she did once before. And even though the shoulders are technically on the mat, that body triangle is so tight, it's going to be tough to get a top position here. You see how Victoria just follows her when she goes to escape.
Yeah, I think she learned from the last time Katie reversed it, to beat her to come up for mount, because Katie was able to get into close guard, and that's the match. Good fight from these girls. Non-stop action.
Yeah, it was a little back and forth there where Katie escaped and was able to start to work her passing. It looked like she was fishing a darce for a second. But that's going to be a decision victory for Victoria Workman.
Winner is Victoria Workman.
Out of First State Martial Arts. Up next, coming at you with another gray belt match. We got Lennox Grimberg out of Freedom Jiu-Jitsu versus Cora Gant from Heart Jiu-Jitsu.
This match is 4 minutes. And with any kids matches, there's no groin stretch, no ankle locks, nothing below the waist, and any wrist locks either.
Out of the blue corner, we have Lennox Grimberg representing Freedom Jiu-Jitsu.
Oh my God, I love this fit. I need that.
And out of the red corner, we have Cora Gant representing Heart Jiu-Jitsu.
Sweet. So we have Amanda Levy coaching Lennox, and then we got Ansley Cox coaching Corgan. So this is really cool seeing.
Yeah, these girls are in good hands.
Seeing the coaches as females, female jiu-jitsu, what? Oh, they're going at it. Very nice snaps. Wow, this is nice. Very nice collar tie by Lennox.
Yeah. If I had to guess, I'd say Lennox knows how to wrestle, just by the way she's initiating those snaps.
Yeah, and her posture's pretty good, too. Nice double.
Oh!
Wow. Yo!
That was a beautiful sequence. The way she shrugged to get to double unders. Hips were in perfect position, and she got the lift. I mean, you don't see that type of stuff from kids.
All right, I'm a fan.
Very often.
I'm a fan.
So Cora's doing a good job. She's trying to slip her elbow so she can free herself of that control.
But notice how Lennox keep her head down and doesn't let go of that north-south.
Yeah, it's a bit scrambly right now. I believe if Cora takes her time. Oh, wow, no, she gets the north-south. I didn't even realize it. Hands were connected, and she finished the north-south choke. Wow, just as I was saying. That she could get the control loose.
Lennox Grimberg out of Freedom Jiu-Jitsu.
Winner is Lennox Grimberg.
She's my hero.
Beautiful match, and that's the way it goes. You know, one big move in the beginning of a match can kind of set the tone for the rest of it.
For sure.
I think Cora was a bit caught off guard by that takedown from the underhooks.
Yeah, that's
The
quote, be first.
Match number 9, we have Nick Okanife representing Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu.
Nick Okanife out of Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu, better known as Nick 5 by the guys and girls around here.
Rankin representing Bayside Jiu-Jitsu.
Got Jake Rankin in the Bayside rash guard.
Colorful shorts that are pretty cool. So Nick 5 is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. Very, very strong dude.
Yeah, he's a pretty experienced competitor. You know, despite being a white belt, he's always at these tournaments showing out with the team. He's going to get a takedown pretty early on.
That was beautiful. And good defense by Jake, too. But Nick was able to capitalize on that one.
Jake digs a nice underhook in half guard, but Nick is aware and he sprawls it.
See that wrist control stopping Jake from coming up.
Well, at the same time, he was a little spinning armbar attempt. Sticks with it. Oh, he gets to the position. Now it's up to Jake to try to slip out of this, but Nick was in deep for a second.
Good attempt, but very good defense by Jake.
So now Nick's on a modified guillotine.
Jake has that shoulder pressure on him with that crossface.
Yeah, Nick recognizes that the angle's just not there, so he lets go. He's going to start framing. But now we get to see Jake work from a top position.
And that was a pretty fast first couple seconds of the match.
It's Nick reaching over the body. He's going to try to look to probably free that left leg from a half guard. Oh, and he does get the reversal and straight away to the pass, but Jake turtles. Nick is all power moves so far, but I got to give it to Jake for being well aware of the positions he's in, and he's been able to successfully defend a lot of the a lot of the dominant positions and the submission attempts.
Yeah, but defending is not going to win you a match, right? So he's got to be a little bit ahead. Nick is really trying to hunt for these submissions.
Yeah, and because of that, Nick hasn't really been put in any bad positions himself. So we've got an armbar. Jake is able to slip the head out, but that elbow straight. Yeah,
Dude,
I like the way he stepped over.
That's classic defense.
And that's what I mean. Although Nick is finding himself, in deep on these subs, Jake looks pretty well schooled on how to deal with them. Nice passing. He glues his ear to the hip, and he's going to get side control. See how Jake's keeping that ear glued to Nick when he's going to pass.
Yeah, I think this is going to be his most successful way to slowly get on top of Nick, because trying to get a side control is going to be difficult. But he was able to get to mount.
So for a second, Nick had really good frames on the hips. Jake was able to shimmy out of that and just get his control right.
And he's keeping his hips down, head down. But knowing Nick, he's not going to give up from mount here. It's really a matter of the time.
Looks like Jake's working on isolating that left arm. He's going to get a wrist. No, he couldn't quite pin it to the mat.
And this is a 5-minute white belt match too, if you can believe it. These guys are pretty high level for white belts.
Wow. Looked like Nick was going for a leg entry of some sort, but Jake was able to shrug it off. That would have been interesting if it would have kept going.
Yeah, I think the only leg entanglement that they can get into is a straight ankle.
Where Nick excels is when he can get one hip off the mat. Whether he has an overhook or an underhook. If he gets one hip off the mat, he's usually pretty successful in those scrambles. We saw that's how he got that spinning armbar earlier in the match. But the second half of what we see so far has been all Jake Rankin as far as positional control. But with Jake's elbow straightened out, was the positional control enough to secure a decision victory?
This one's going to be a tough one because they both were going at it. I think Jake was a lot more positionally dominant, but Nick had, to me, a little more subs.
Yeah, like I said, when he had the that pillow armbar, the elbow was straight, and that's when we saw Jake start to step around the head.
Yeah, if you got to defend like that, that's a pretty tight
submission attempts. Get it done. Nick 5 out of Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu is going to take this one.
Good match by these two guys.
All right, match number 10. Out of the blue corner, we have Tatiana Koltsova representing Heart Jiu-Jitsu.
All right. Another lady out of Heart Jiu-Jitsu, Tatiana Koltsova. This will be a blue belt match, 5 minutes.
We have Zora Chi representing Shorties.
Well, this is going to be a good match. So Tatiana, I believe she did the Riverfront Open, the open house.
Yeah.
And Z is really good. She is like one of the most disciplined jiu-jitsu practitioners that I know.
Yeah, very solid fundamentals. Although a blue belt, super advanced in her game. actively competing at the major IBJJF events. I believe she might have placed at Masters Worlds.
I think so.
Tatiana in the long sleeves, lowers her stance.
So blue belt matches, again, if you're just tuning in, are 5 minutes.
So Z was working on that drag, but Tatiana was able to, stand square and not give any exposure. Koltsova, level changing, looks to the corner for advice. I wonder what Z's takedown game is, because she's walking forward and stalking, standing straight up, not really concerned about the gripping or the level changes of Tatiana here.
I think she's looking for inside ties and
perhaps a foot sweep. You see the way she's starting to get her feet
straight,
closer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like she's trying to line that angle up, if I had to guess.
Also, I love her rash guard. Shout out to Alchemized Fightwear.
Coordinated with the hair.
Yes, I love it. Both fighting for inside ties, which can be frustrating. Ref tells them to stay active, keep going. No one wants to lose in a ref decision.
Yeah, Z's going to opt to sit guard. She'll go supine, looks to get a left foot in the hip, switches to De La Hiva. Now she has that left.
De La Hiva.
Okay, she had the left foot hooked on the hip for a second.
She may be looking for a crab ride. Wasn't able to get it.
2-on-1 on the wrist. She's going to close the guard up, and she's going to still keep working on that right arm of Tatiana.
Tatiana's trying to build base here, but she has that one arm trapped. So it's hard to stand up when your posture's down, because then that leads to attacks, upper body attacks.
Looks like Tatiana's got her hands in the stomach to maintain her posture.
Listen, I'm all for it.
Z's still diligently working on that drag from bottom.
Yeah, I would like to see a high guard climb up that guard, especially since Tatiana's reaching.
Yeah, she's doing a good job of picking which shoulder to place down in the mat, and that's all dependent on which side Z is choosing to attack. But, a match like this, we've got to be halfway through. That guard's got to break, or we need to see a submission be thrown up from the bottom.
And she has a good angle, Z, with that underhook, right arm underhook.
Yeah, you see now she's a little bit more perpendicular. She's got that right underhook on the leg.
She has the arm trapped. Climb that guard up.
So the guard is open. She immediately threads that right leg underneath the leg, but Tatiana does a really good job of pointing her left hip to the mat, and that kind of negates that leg that was across. So she's going to look to pass, but she has to deal with that bottom leg of Z. Good guard retention. So we got 30 seconds left.
It looks like they're both in a rush. Oh, good recognition here with having only a few seconds left.
Yeah, not a bad idea at all, but it doesn't look like she's really she didn't really get a good look at a submission. Has an Achilles grip, but nothing's tight. It looks like Z's foot is on the mat.
Yeah, she's able to grab her grips, and they're going to stop it here because that wasn't really a straight ankle lock. Good attempt, though. Would have liked to see it a little earlier in the match.
Yeah, it's tough. You know, you're thinking, what did the refs see? Did the refs see a valid submission attempt, or did they see it as, you know, Z finding an opportunity to wind up on top?
And the good thing is that there's 3 refs here in rotation, so with the judge's decision, it is going to be like a vote, majority vote. And Z gets the decision win.
Yep, she'll take that. She'll take that decision. Was very active from her guard, whether it was open or closed.
Kapow Food Truck is out front, serving amazing Hawaiian fusion food. If you are hungry, please go out front and check them out.
But, you know, as experienced as Z is, Tatiana did a great job of negating a lot of the attacks.
Seeing Tatiana at the last open house, man, that was great.
Blue corner, we have Tate Yonkers representing Team Taino.
Tate Yonkers from Team Taino Martial Arts.
Yo, his hair is so dope.
Out of the red corner, we have Anderson Campos Jr. representing the Hive Martial Arts.
Yeah, he's got a tall task ahead of him with Anderson Campos Jr.
This is a 4-minute match for a yellow belt matchup.
Anderson very active on the competition scene. I believe he placed silver at Kids Pans the last time he went out.
Yo, just by the posture.
Wow, beautiful shrug.
That was nice.
You're starting to see those throw-bys happen a lot more in competitive jiu-jitsu.
And notice how
another throw-by to the back and whips him down. Now he's in top side control.
Tate was doing good when he was matching his level, standing up, but then Anderson was able to capitalize on that takedown.
It's like Tate has an overhook. No, he's posting on the hip, and that's going to keep Anderson from advancing. You see he tried to step over to mount. It's a little bit difficult. But now the post on the hip isn't there anymore. We'll see if Anderson will go to the back.
He has him in like a cradle position with his left arm weaved in. So it prevents Tate from being able to recover. Keeping his hips on one side while working up to the back. Nice knee pin there and able to go into mount.
And one thing you're not going to see Anderson do is, you know, prematurely go for a submission or move when he doesn't have to. The kid has so much experience. So far, Tate's doing a good job staying aware, keeping elbows in, not placing his hands where they don't need to be. He's defending very well right now.
Yeah, these kids, they may be young and small, but they're yellow belts. That's almost equivalent to like a blue belt.
In theory, yes. There are some absolutely nasty gray and yellow belts out there. Look, he's going. See, he wanted to look at that modified mount. Perhaps look for a shoulder lock. Go Plata would be nice too. There is a bonus for coolest submission.
I heard his coach say Han Solo. What is that?
So Han Solo is when you're in a technical mount, you have 1 foot flat on the floor, and it gives that one shoulder exposure where people start to go for, you know, the Kimuras from mount.
I see.
Flipping the leg over for a go-go.
That's funny. He has a nice gift wrap, does Anderson, with a high mount. Oh, actually, no, that isn't a gift wrap.
So he has the
chin strap.
Flipped over for a triangle.
Oh.
Nice scramble initiated by Tate.
Yes.
Anderson in on a double. He's going to get him back down. Has to clear that head, though. Got the cross face. Looks like he's safe. And he's going to be putting the shoulder pressure on from here. Frees himself, finds himself in mount again.
That same entry, too, to mount.
Yeah, and he's immediately starting to work on that wrist on his right side that he was before.
very nice.
Beautiful step over on the top leg for the armbar. It's straight, and Tate's going to be forced to tap. Anderson Campos Jr. with the submission.
Man, I hope Tate's okay.
Looks like the Hive is going to go 2-0 for the kids today, with Jaxx being the first.
Winner is Anderson Campos Jr. representing the Hive martial arts.
Man, I could have seen that match go on for like 10 minutes.
All right, for match number 12, we have Mason Wilson coming out of the blue corner.
Mason Wilson from Daniel Gracie Delco. He's a yellow and white belt taking on Tyler Trin from Tiger Kang MMA. 4-minute match.
Coming out of the red corner, we have Tyler Trin representing Tiger Kang MMA.
Tiger Kang always rolling deep.
Yo, the support at Tiger Kang's is unmatched.
I see Peter's mom over there in the stands. Nice double. It's a beautiful shot. He's going to wind up on top.
And that's Tyler on top here with the shorts.
Looks like Mason's trying to scramble up, but look, that crossface is too much. Tyler's going to be able to circle to the back here. Unless he gets broken down on that hip, he saves it and puts that hook in.
It was the sprawl. The sprawl was negating him from standing up. And now he has a back exposure here.
The arm was trapped for a second, but man, I'd imagine Tyler's going to be really ruthless in digging those chokes in from here. Early in the match, he's got a lot of energy.
Very nice.
See, he's trying to trap that left arm of Mason.
It's all about the grip fight here, especially when you don't quite have a good angle with the back.
So Mason's going to want to try to get his shoulders to the mat on the right side, but that choke is in. It looks like it's over the chin, but the grip is so deep. We could easily turn that into a mandible choke. Yeah, he's putting the squeeze on it.
I don't know. It doesn't look like a good angle.
He's grabbing that far shoulder now. I mean, this looks on. I wonder what it is that's saving Mason right here. Okay, he's adjusting his grip still.
Ooh.
Now it's mostly the forearm across the chin. It's not as deep as it once was. And Mason was fighting most of that on the left side. That had to have saved him a little bit. Pressure's obviously going to be the most when you're on the correct side for the body triangle and on the choking side when you're trying to finish that.
Yeah, the choke's not in anymore, but he still has the back take. So he could adjust here and start feeding those hands in, thumb in first.
So one thing I'd like to see Mason doing, although he did a great job defending that choke, is start to do a little bit more work with the legs and start to loosen up that body triangle.
Yeah, he's tucking his chin to prevent the choke, which is really good. But then you got to get the back to the mat. You got to start working on the legs because that's really what's stopping him from getting out of the back.
Yeah, just even briefly committing to a hip and trying to pummel one of the legs would be very helpful right now. But that body triangle is probably so tight.
And he's still fighting the grips here.
And Tyler Trin, he's been on the back for almost 3 minutes now. Looks like Mason's going to work up.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a little better. He was on all fours, but now it looks like he's flattened out. Can't tell what the arms are doing from my angle right here.
So Tyler has his right arm posted on the mat, so I don't see any submissions. And we're running close on time. And that's time.
All right, we're going to go to a decision. Mason Wilson able to survive the onslaught by Tyler Trin. That's going to fall short. Tyler Trin's taking the decision victory. Tiger Kang, MMA. 2-0 so far for the kids.
We want to give a special shout out to Subdue Jiu-Jitsu.
Right, match number 13, out of the blue corner, we had Jonathan Piguera, representing Evolution Submission Grappling.
Right, Jonathan Piguera in the ESG gear.
Red corner, we had CJ Faustino, representing the Vault.
CJ Valima in the black and blue.
Oh, this is going to be a good match. So we got purple belts are 6 minutes. Jonathan is an active duty Marine. Both guys start standing, looking for the ties, and Jonathan sits. Very nice position here for CJ.
Yeah, he's trying to high step that right leg out of there. Past the guard, he's going to get to both feet, start to work some standing passes. I really like that he's keeping his foot in tight. Use that pummel to get past.
Yeah.
Wow, nice
really,
chain passing by CJ.
Really, really good chain passing. And he's staying low and squatted. He's not like overextending, or his pummels are really nice.
And you can tell that CJ has a very good idea of where his base is at. You saw his left foot was on the mat, or off the mat for a few seconds. He was able to stay on top, much like how he's doing now. He briefly sat down, but then popped right back up. So Jonathan's right arm is pinned. He's going to look to work it out and exactly start framing on the hip before he can...
Very nice crossface by CJ. He has his right leg in the half guard, so it's going to be a little tough to work out of. Ooh.
Yeah, is that elbow deep enough?
Buggy. Nope, he's got to get the bend in the arm, and he's feeding it.
Yeah, and CJ knows what's happening, so he flips that left arm over to the face of CJ. Or sorry, to the face of Jonathan.
Jonathan's got to be on his side to get this finish. If he's flat on his back, it's going to be tough to finish that buggy.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes having that forearm post on the face, it's not such a bad idea as opposed to the cross face, because what it does, it prevents the bottom player from sitting up and further adjusting the buggy. Sometimes with the cross face, if it's not very deep, they can crunch, kind of like he's trying to do now, and start to really adjust that choke.
Yeah, if I were CJ, I would keep him flat on his back and not keep him on his side.
He's going back to it.
The moment that he gets to his side is when he gets that good angle.
Yeah, so Jonathan's elbow is deep. It looks pretty solid right here, but I think it's the hand positioning. It's a little bit too low. It's why CJ's not in a ton of danger right now.
Yeah, and CJ looks like he's trying to get his shoulders in and putting a lot of pressure on the neck.
So now he loses the gable grip.
Oh, he goes under the body. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I think he lost the position doing that.
I think
he could be armbarring himself.
Yeah, he would have liked to bicep curl, but because the top pressure was so tight, it was almost impossible to do so.
Very cool, calm, and collective is CJ here.
Let's see if he can dig that underhook. He's going to look to pass straight into mount.
Textbook double underpass.
And you got to think Jonathan's arms are a little bit burnt from that buggy.
Underhook is what I meant. Double underhook.
I'll tell you what, even if it's not, completely tight, when you're on top and you're trying to pass and you have to deal with a buggy, your heart does start racing a little bit. You get a little bit nervous.
Yeah, because
you make one false move and now it's tight.
Right. If I were CJ, I would look for submissions just because time is not in his favor. Being stuck in that buggy for a while can sway the judges. Although he has phenomenal passing, it looks like this is a sub-only event, so...
Yeah, and it's not like CJ's winding up in these positions on accident, like with a freak reversal or something like that. His passing has been pretty clean the whole match. Jonathan just being smothered here. It looks like he wants to build base up to an elbow and try to push his hips off going forward. Now we've got a gable grip on the leg. He's in on a leg entry. He's got outside ashi. But CJ's able to sneak his hips around to the side, just enough for him to smash that right leg down of Jonathan. Now we're in almost a leg drag position, only difference being CJ's knee is on the mat.
I would sprawl, yeah. Very nice. Man, CJ's passing is on point.
Yeah, very aware of which leg to pummel and which way the hips are facing. If you're not aware of which way the hips are facing, you can do a pass that is technically correct and it makes sense, but if the hips are facing the wrong way or they're not pinned to the mat all the way, it won't work out. It's going to get stuffed.
Yeah, Jonathan's doing a good job of not giving any kind of, submission up. He doesn't want to give CJ any points for subs.
Yeah, and generally speaking, the Evolution guys and girls, they're pretty well versed with the sub-only rules. So I'd imagine he knows what he has to do to win here.
It's time.
I like the way he pushed the hips off straight away because that's what helped him out before when he got that underhook and shot outside ashi, but just not enough time to work.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like Jonathan Pinheiro out of Evolution Submission Grappling gets the win by decision.
Yeah, that buggy choke was tight. Briefly, he lost it, but still maintained the grip past the elbow for a little bit. I think that's what did it.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad if I were CJ. He did very good, very solid jiu-jitsu.
Number 14. Coming out of the blue corner, we have Mason Wurzburger representing Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu.
Sweet.
And out of the red corner, we have Dustin Hayes representing Elevated Studios.
Got Dustin Hayes out of Elevated Studios.
So we got Mason in the black and blue and Dustin in the all black.
Mason, very experienced competitor.
Yeah,
very aggressive with his jiu-jitsu as well.
He's been very active in the competition scene. Right away with that collar tie. Trying to break that posture down with the snaps. It doesn't look like Dustin's going to give in.
See Mason try to dig that headlock, but it's always tough when the person's upright and their head is higher than yours. I think he had a good angle for a trip there. Oh, he went for it again. Almost gets it, but gets snapped down in the process. They're going to reset.
Shout out to Jillian, very experienced ref and co-commentator as well.
Yep. Jiu-jitsu competitor, MMA fighter. She kind of does it all.
She does it all, literally. Just recently got her black belt too, well deserved, and about time.
You got to watch with sticking your legs straight out there with no angle. We've seen a few people be countered and taken down like that today.
Yeah, it looks like Dustin has really good posture and almost leaning forward, making it hard for that snap down or any kind of leg trips because his legs are back. He's leaning forward. I'd much rather see Mason go for snaps instead of the trips because of how much Dustin is leaning.
Right. Yeah, Dustin is almost kickstanded out. And, you know, it's pretty smart in a short match like this. Well, we only have 5 minutes. If nothing happens standing up in the first minute or 90 seconds, why not pull guard and get your submissions going from your back?
Yeah, for
See,
sure.
immediately he has a Kimura locked up. He has hands connected. He's got the grip. Oh, he's putting it behind the back. He's going to turn it into a sweep. But can he stick with it and turn it into an arm bar? That's normally the go-to, is to switch to an arm bar when you flip them over like that.
Absolutely, like that.
Solid attempt from Mason. Dustin's going to wind up on top. He's fighting this knee shield, but look, Mason's right back to that Kimura grip. It's like Dustin doesn't have an answer just yet for it. He passes, which is nice, but he wasn't able to. Oh, you see that?
He's digging those hooks in. I would continue going at it. He's getting a little more successful every time he's going for that Kimura grip.
Now, each time he does this, I'd imagine Dustin's going to have more of an answer for every time that Kimura grip gets locked on. Looks like he's going to went for a half guard sweep. Now he's in on a knee bar.
Yep, and blue belts can knee bar here. Now they're in a 50-50 position.
Yeah, so just looks like we can just, okay, we can toe hold too.
Yep, just no twisting leg locks and neck cranks or bicep slices.
So we got a 50-50 locked up here. Looks like Dustin's on the offense.
Yeah, see, that's the risk of playing legs, is that then you get stuck in a 50-50 battle where now you gave your opponent a way to start attacking the leg.
And those straight ankles, they can hurt from 50-50. Even though the foot's not bent, it's not comfortable at all.
No, it's too high up, though. It's up at the calf. Hopefully Mason can recognize that and...
Oh, you see Mason wincing at that. He didn't like that. That was all Achilles. Not so much of a threat to break the foot or ankle, but man, the pressure on that had to be crazy.
Yeah, he needs to build base.
So his
stand
foot
up.
Yeah, and sometimes it's a risk. You have to separate the feet to alleviate the pressure, but the second you abandon your first defense, you're sitting there separating the feet and it's just getting tighter. So I could see Mason's frustration right now. All right, looks like we're going to go to a judge's decision.
Oh no, I think that was a tap. He tapped.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Wow. So Dustin got it. Yeah, you can see Mason limping around a little bit. Oh, man, I'm telling you, those 50-50 ankle locks, they can really put a hurting on someone.
And if you are just getting here, welcome to the party. Thank you for coming out to Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu Today's event is a fundraiser to benefit We Defy Foundation. The We Defy Foundation provides combat veterans coping with military-connected disabilities a long-term means to overcome their challenges through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and fitness training. Jiu-Jitsu fosters a sense of community that is missing in the lives of veterans and facilitates a healthier path forward both mentally and physically. It costs an average of $2,500 to cover the cost of a one-year scholarship, which is funded through donations. Learn more at wedefyfoundation.org. Donations will be accepted for the duration of the live stream. Donate through Venmo to @Riverfront Fights. That is @Riverfront Fights. All right, we are on match number 15. Match number 15. And coming out of the blue corner, we have Charlie Grimberg representing Freedom Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Abby Nachersky.
Abby Nachersky out of McHugh Jiu-Jitsu. Be taking on Charlie Grimberg from Freedom Jiu-Jitsu Academy in this 4-minute gray belt match.
Man, I really like their team uniforms. They look so good for Freedom Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, Abby Nachersky in the black. She's got to look to tie up.
Very nice snaps and kind of forces Abby to pull, right? Like if you don't want to deal with any wrestling, you don't have to. You can just pull. It's a good thing about jiu-jitsu.
I'm sure that's no problem for her. You see she goes right to a body triangle from the closed guard. It's very long.
Yeah, she's climbing that guard up.
Good overhook being worked here, but Charlie's doing a good job of keeping her shoulder and chest in. Oh, wow, she flips the triangle off the overhook. So Abby already has a great angle. She's going to look to straighten the arm out now. If she can get that elbow in the middle, she could finish that arm bar.
Oh.
Yeah. Abby Nachersky from McHugh Jiu-Jitsu with the triangle arm bar.
I was just going to say Charlie was doing a good job bringing her legs over to defend that triangle, but she switched to an arm bar.
Yeah, you could see that she was doing her best to turn that elbow in to clear herself of the arm bar threat, but the control that Abby had on the wrist was too much.
For our next match, match number 16, we have Nico Stasio from Evolution Submission Grappling.
And real quick, shout out to Subdued Jiu-Jitsu. Check out the Subdued Jiu-Jitsu merch table here at Riverfront Fights. You can get your Nogi gear, t-shirts, hoodies, and hats, and all purchases will come with a free sticker. Wreak havoc on the mat today with Subdued Jiu-Jitsu. All right, Nico Stasio from Evolution Submission Grappling taking on Maddox Trin from Tiger Kang.
Maddox pulls guard right away.
Yeah, he's getting straight to it. He's looking to take control of that right wrist and pull it on the inside. But Maddox is doing his best to open that guard up.
For those of you tuning in, there are some fight bonuses too. So we have Adult Fight of the Night, we have Fastest Submission, and we have Coolest Sub.
Oh, wow. He's in on that Kimura. Is it behind the back? He's going to take the sweep. Oh, man, that is wicked. He's going to take the sweep. Max Sosa looks like he was just a half a second from stopping that. But it was really good recognition from Maddox, and conceding and giving the sweep, to further prevent that arm from being torqued on.
Yeah, shout out to the refs. You don't want to stop a match early, but also, wow.
Wow.
All right, so Maddox gets the win by rear naked choke.
Nico Stasio defends the Kimura early, but is going to be forced to submit to that rear naked.
Winner is Maddox trained out of Tiger Kang MMA.
Tiger Kang showing out today. And I believe that was his brother, Tyler, who competed earlier.
Another shout out to Angels Retreat. Make your stop by the Angels Retreat booths. There's some puppies and dogs ready to be adopted to new families. We also have Angels Retreat gear for purchase. So you're not ready to adopt, come talk to the Angels Retreat about volunteering and fostering.
All right, we are on match number 17. Representing the blue corner, we have Jules Aguilar, representing Enlisted 9 Fight Company.
Blue belt match, 6 minutes. Got Jules Aguilar from Enlisted 9. She'll be in the all black.
In the red corner, we have Danielle Slayball, representing Sodell Jiu-Jitsu.
Daniel Schlabach, purple belt out of Sodell.
There's 6-minute matches for these blue belts. Danielle is an Air Force veteran, and she also just got her purple belt.
Nice wrist control, good way to pummel the over-under. But Jules is going to separate. See Danielle sticking with the wrist control. She's looking for drags.
Danielle's with the blue shorts, and Jules is in the all black.
You know what that means with the head in the neck and the posture. Ankle picks are coming. But Danielle did a great job of stepping out.
Very nice duck under to knee tap to get the... Ooh, okay.
Looked like she had the heel for a second, but Jules was able to slip it. Now she's broken down on her shoulder. It's going to be a little bit tough to dig from here. Let's see what kind of offense Danielle brings.
Yeah, she's got that outside.
Yeah, so even though the knee's pointed towards the outside, if you have a bite, it's going to still put some pressure on the ankle. Can't tell what's happening now. A little bit crowded in front of the commentary table. Does it look like Danielle has a reap?
No. She's on the outside leg. Oh, well.
No,
Yeah, it is.
Jules, it looks like Jules just locked a cross ashi.
I hope she knows that she can't heel hook. These are blue belt matches, so intermediate, no twisting leg locks. Ref should be calling that just to avoid it. I think she switched to a straight ankle now, but the knee line is almost cleared. Nope, she's back in. She may be coming up for her own. Oh.
Yeah, looks like she's trying to dig that inside eel hook.
Very nice pommel here to try to get that leg inside. She's going for a straight ankle lock here.
Yeah, looks like she's...
Would like to see at least a post on the hip instead of on the mats.
That's a tough position to finish that straight from, especially with Jules's leg, reaped over like that. So Jules is going to take top position. Danielle still has ankles crossed on the outside of the hip. And I was just going to say, it looks like Danielle could force some rotation in that knee. Exactly. She sticks back to the leg attacks. Now they're in a 50-50. Looks like she has a bite. Jules slips. And you see how Jules still has that Achilles grip. That tells me she's anticipating, gunning a straight ankle when she can. Now it's going to be a little bit tough. Oh, she has almost like a backwards ankle lock. The heel's out, so I don't think it's doing too much right now.
Yeah, I think Danielle recognizes that. She should be able to just post out of it.
The ankle lock got tight for a second. Both of these girls are slipping the heel hooks fairly easily. I don't think I've seen anything that's super locked in just yet.
No, it's the hip control. There's no hip control with any of these leg entanglements.
Yeah, one is always able to, get their hips above the other person's at the very least. Good job by Jules keeping that heel tight to the ribs, preventing any kind of grip for the inside heel hook.
Now we have some kind of post on the hip. All right, back in the 50-50.
So Danielle's going to throw the leg over to 90-10, but it looks like...
That's a pretty good position because the frame of the right leg, and then she goes back to 50. Well, 80-20.
Looks like she has control of the arch. Is she going to look to pass it over?
Yeah, they're getting close to the edge there.
So look at that. Jules' foot is straight up and down. She's gunning a free leg ankle lock, which Danielle's been doing a pretty decent job of defending so far. I'd say just about even on submission attempts.
Yeah, I think so.
As far as the quantity and how deep they've been. So Jules looking to take a bite on the outside. And that's going to be time, but she has a heel hook. She has it. Oh, she's going to be forced to try to escape this with no time remaining. That knee line looks a little bit free.
It does.
She still has the grip on. She's not out yet. Even though the leg positioning isn't great, she's still not escaped from the immediate submission.
Yeah, she's got to peel
She keeps
that
throwing the
top
reap in.
leg.
Oh, man.
Oh, and she's going for her own.
Grip is technically still on. I would say it has to be called now because she escaped the submission that started the... Yeah, so she escaped. She let go of that grip. And even though Danielle was countering, it doesn't really count because what counts is what happened before the time expired.
Yeah, the submission during the time expiring is really what calls it. Once you get out of it, you're out and the time stops. So that is a good question. Whether you get countered, does it keep going?
It just depends on whoever initiated it before the regulation period ended.
All right, so Jules gets the decision win.
Yeah, and if I had to guess, I'd say that really deep heel hook right before time expired was what sealed the deal, because up until then it was pretty even. So Jules Aguilar, out of enlisted 9 fight company, is going to take that decision win.
All right, for match number 18, we have Jimmy Mullen coming out of the blue corner, representing Royal Striking. And coming out of the red corner, we have Ryan Stark, representing the Volts.
Ryan Stark, a Riverfront Fights veteran, is taking on Jimmy Mullen. This will be a rematch. Jimmy Looks like Jimmy won at a Fury event in 2021. Since then, Ryan has received his brown belt. So we'll see how this one goes. Got 6 minutes. Advanced rules, all submissions are a go.
Brian sits.
So Jimmy drops back. And he's gonna, oh, wow, Jimmy had a knee bar extended just for like a half a second.
Yeah, I don't know how he entered that, but very cool. Turns it into a toe hold, but the knee is out.
Good
job.
awareness. Jimmy didn't want to, roll out of bounds. He realized the toe hold wasn't there all the way, so he cranked it for a little bit, then reset.
Yeah, I like the way they reset in the middle, too. It's like good awareness. You have some competitors who would just keep going on the side of the mat.
Yeah, you don't want to be knocking the camera over and anything. So Ryan's got his weight on his heels now. He's dealing with a half guard.
He's got good posture, too.
Jimmy's working a drag. Ryan sits to a hip. But look at that. Jimmy's pummeling, and he's trying to get Ryan's knee line.
They both stay seated, so it looks like they want to get some leg action here.
Jimmy taking a breath, resetting in the seated guard of Ryan. Some stomp passing going by Jimmy.
Very nice. If Brian would have capitalized on that and stood up, that would have been a nice sweep.
Yeah, it looks like Jimmy's timing the regard of Ryan and using it to sit back on a leg. He would like to get his knee line a little deeper, though.
So now we get to see Ryan on top.
Which, that's a great strategy. Early in the match is going to be tough. The guard player is going to be pretty on point. Ryan pushing at the head, and he's going to enter in. Looks for a rolling Kimura. He's going to have to flip that right arm around to get the grip. You see a lot of times people shoot saddle from there. Oh, look at that. It looks like Jimmy was in on another toe hold.
Yeah, kind of stopped Ryan in his tracks.
Lost it and let go.
Dude, this place is packed.
So Ryan's going to remain upright. Not quite looking to go chest to chest yet. I think he wants to see what he can do as far as the leg entries. Good jumping triangle attempt. Jimmy didn't quite bite on it.
Yeah, I think Ryan's aware that Jimmy is a good counter leg locker. So while he doesn't initiate the leg entanglements, he has really good counters. So to avoid that, Ryan is trying to jump over the guard or past the guard in unorthodox ways. That could have been a nice back take.
You see Ryan's foot's caught. Not sure what happened there.
I think he asked for the time.
So one thing Ryan's doing is he's keeping his posture pretty upright when he passes, and he leads with his knees, which is good. That'll give him a jump start if Jimmy wants to try to enter in on the legs. And also eliminates the threat of upper body attacks while he's passing.
ankle pick.
Ryan has a nice bite on an outside, or sorry, a straight ankle lock from single X. Jimmy's trying to separate the feet. Ryan will go to his shoulder to dig that Achilles grip again.
Yeah, traditional Ashi is pretty hard to finish ankle locks.
Yeah, he's putting the gas on it. And outside Ashi, it's tough to finish because one of your feet should be on the hip.
Right.
But if you could back heel that left leg, you can get some decent extension. But Jimmy's doing a good job. He's grip fighting one of the arms, and he's constantly trying to raise his hips.
Yeah, I would like to see a butterfly Ashi to get the angle and more exposure of the ankle.
Yeah. So Jimmy knows he's fairly safe here unless Ryan will transition to like a more dominant finishing position because the grip is good. He has a really good grip, and he's selling out on it.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's safe, but, like, do you want to leave that to the judges? Do you want to leave with the ankle lock for 30 seconds? Like, being safe is all right, but this is a sub-only.
And there we go. There's the beanbag for the time. Yeah, and it looked like right as he let go of the ankle lock, Jimmy was working on his own leg attack by throwing that right leg across. But if I had to guess, I'd say that was the deepest submission. That probably gets it done for Ryan here.
Yeah, I would think so.
And there we go. Onslaught of the leg attacks gets the decision win for Ryan Stark.
Ryan Stark out of the vault. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had not had a chance to check out the raffle basket tables, please go do so. We have a ton of exciting gift baskets, gift cards, and more from local businesses. We have options whether you are a jiu-jitsu lover or not, so head over to the table and grab your tickets. The drawing will be held after match 26. After match 26. We are on match 19.
So after this match, we're going to have a quick intermission.
I think that's after match 26.
We are on match 9.
Or no, the intermission will be after this match.
19, and coming out of the blue corner, we have Chloe Krogstad, representing Quintella Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Huntley Gant, representing Hart Jiu-Jitsu.
Huntley Gant from Hart Jiu-Jitsu. She'll be in the tie-dye. And Chloe will be in the black and red.
Oh, this is cute. It's a 4-minute match, gray belts. Wow.
Nice headlock. Oh, not able to stabilize the position after the takedown. So Chloe finds a way to get the arm bar. Huntley ripped out of it, and she's going to start to work her passing. She's got hands in the hips now. Let's see if she can break that guard. Chloe doing a really good job of keeping her hips up in the air above Huntley's knee.
Yeah, and staggered too, you know, like not straightforward in the guard, not letting Chloe close that guard.
Oh, nice De La Riva sweep. But she's going to use that to lock that closed guard up a little bit tighter this time. Looks like she's trying to find a triangle. Oh, goes for the headlock again. And she gets it. It's like Huntley was almost able to get a top position off of that.
Oh, man, I could feel the emotions by Chloe, but she's doing so well.
Look. Oh, I thought she was going to slice over, but she goes straight to mount. So about halfway through the match, Chloe is in top mount. She's going to work to try to strip that left arm of Huntley. Oh, she has like a front choke. Oh, wow. She had like a front rear naked. And she's going to get the submission.
Oh, she said, is she okay? They both showed a lot of emotion during the match, and man, this is great. So Chloe gets the win.
And great sportsmanship shown by Chloe and Huntley. Chloe Grokstand out of Quintella Jiu-Jitsu.
We are doing a few-minute break, ladies and gentlemen. Please use the restroom.
All right, taking a short intermission. We'll be back at you with some more matches.
All right, coming out of the blue corner, we have Savannah Corgan representing Freedom Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Z Alpha-Fawi.
She's not representing anyone.
Winner is Z.
Did she finish with Americana?
All right, for match number 21, coming out of the blue corner, we have DJ O'Connor representing Dallas Studios. And coming out of the red corner, we have Nick Nemes representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu. Winner is Nick Niehoff, representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu. All right, Yowski, representing Prodigy Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Finn Gant, representing Heart Jiu-Jitsu. Winner is Brody from Prodigy Jiu-Jitsu. All right, match number 23. Coming out of the blue corner, we have Phil Abbott, representing Balance Studios. And coming out of the red corner, we have Ron Rodriguez, representing Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. Winner is Raul Rodriguez from Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. Match number 24, ladies and gentlemen. If you had not had a chance to check out the raffle baskets table, please go do so. We are going to pull the raffle winners very shortly. Please go check that out now. For match number 24, we have Daniel Tovar coming out of the blue corner, representing Riverfront Academy of Martial Arts. And coming out of the red corner, we have Abbas Alfafari, representing Quintella Jiu-Jitsu. representing Quintella Jiu-Jitsu. All right, for match number 25, we have Isaiah Carter representing Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Michael Ruley representing South Jersey BJJ. Winner is Isaiah Carter from Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu. Ladies and gentlemen, the food truck is leaving at 3 p.m. 3 p.m., that's in 45 minutes. If you are hungry and want to get some food, please go do so now. And we will announce the raffle winners very shortly. If you have not done so, please go over there and check those out. We are on match number 26, and coming out of the blue corner, we have Cambria L from 10th Planet Allentown. And coming out of the red corner, we have Skyler NY. Winner is Cambria L, representing 10th Planet Allentown. All right, we're gonna get this party back on the road. We are on match number 27, ladies and gentlemen. Coming out of the blue corner, we have Gabby Best, representing Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Amanda Lamb, representing Gracie Jiu-Jitsu, Phoenixville. Winner is Gabby Best out of Bayside Jiu-Jitsu. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on match number 28. And coming out of the blue corner, we have Prince Tomar Jr. And coming out of the blue corner, we have Enzo Trivarelli, representing Quintella Jiu-Jitsu. End Zone 2011.
Nothing's working?
All right, for match number 29, coming out of the blue corner, we have Anthony Williamson, representing Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Blaze Arnold representing Talent Studios.
Blaze Arnold in the blue and yellow shorts. Recently just received his blue belt.
This is a 5-minute match, sub only with judge's decision if there is no sub.
Oh, nice ankle pick by Anthony. Doesn't give Blaze the opportunity to scramble up. He stayed very tight to the hips.
Yeah, notice how he's stapling that leg too to prevent the rubber guard.
So Blaze was able to square back up, but Anthony's working a body lock, and he does have a butterfly hook to deal with. Let's see if he could step over it. Yeah, you see Anthony start to sprawl down, and he's going to get past that left knee of Blaze. Blaze doing a good job of keeping his hips square, not letting Anthony step over. He's framing, trying to alleviate the pressure from that body lock now. And he does dig an underhook. Now, if he can get hands connected, he may be able to make something happen here and perhaps make Anthony abandon the body lock.
Yeah, he may need to either go butterfly or closed.
Good awareness. So he steps over to the side that he was attacking the arm. Gonna end up in a sprawl position. Anthony would like to work a front headlock. Oh, he's in on a guillotine. He's got an arm in guillotine. Oh, nice. He winds up on bottom. It looked like he tried to return him down to the mat, but Blaze countered. Wrestling up is Anthony, and they wind back in a similar half guard scenario as before. So you see how Blaze is grabbing his own thigh.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine he was doing that to, anticipate being able to build base on the right elbow and get a reversal of some sort. But as of right now, it looks like he's just framing at the hips, keeping Anthony away.
Yeah, Anthony's doing a really good job keeping a tight waist.
And he does get the pass.
His head never left the hips either.
But now he's got a cross face with head and arm control.
He's walking up inch by inch.
So he throws that left arm over the shoulder. Collecting the arm, keeping Blaze on his shoulders. Not letting him build base to the elbow. Looks like Anthony's pinning an arm. But is Blaze going to connect hands and try to wrestle up through this? Tight head and arm control by Anthony here, as Blaze continuously looks to collect a leg to try to wrestle through this.
Yeah, he's building base and coming up. If he can start grip fighting.
A nice circle to the back.
He's got that leg, his right leg over the shoulder. So
yeah, this is armbar territory right here.
Or a triangle, a back triangle.
Now he's going to look to get to his left hip. Blaze doing a good job of defending, switching from the knees to the back, just to avoid the threat. Looks like the position's still very tight, though. He's not out of danger. Oh, it looked like he broke the grip momentarily, but I think Blaze gathered his arms, trying to spin through and wind up top.
Oh, now he's able to lock that triangle up so he could isolate the arm.
Yeah, this is very bad. He gets the tap. Blaze was doing what he could, but eventually Anthony just kept walking up the control with his legs higher and higher. Once he had the arms separated, the finish was very near. So Anthony Williamson's going to take the victory by submission.
Man, I wouldn't be mad if I was Blaze. He just got his blue belt competing against a very tough blue belt out of Anthony Williamson.
Good sportsmanship by both fellas right there.
For sure.
So up next we have a gray and white belt match. Haley Pace from Riverfront is taking on Riley McNulty from Titan Jiu-Jitsu.
It's a 5-minute match. They're white belt matches, so it'll be beginner rules.
We are on match number 30. Coming out of the blue corner, we have Haley Pace representing Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we got Riley McNulty representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu.
Right, Haley Pace, the all-black Riverfront gear.
Riley in the shorts. So I've been able to train with Haley, and she's improved so much. I'm excited to see her compete today. Right away, pulls guard with the closed guard. And she has a head wrap there.
Yeah, Riley offering a lot of pressure going forward into Haley's guard. Looks like Haley's working on a drag. She has Riley's right arm across her chest.
Looks like she wants to get that arm across.
Yeah, Riley's got to be careful allowing that arm to pass the midline. But it looks like she's able to save the position just in time.
Yeah, Haley's doing a good job of trying to create some angles here with that closed guard. Either underhook or crossing that arm over.
Oh, that arm is straight. Wow. Riley's really grimacing right here. Looks like the elbow's pointed the wrong way for now. But it only takes just a very slight adjustment to get that back. So Riley's going to be ripping her elbow out. It looks like she's pretty safe right now. But that was a very, very solid attempt.
Yeah, very deep attempt here for Haley.
So the arm's almost out. Haley's going to be forced to move on. They're in a backwards mount, and Riley's going to take top side control. Very nice.
Good frames.
Yeah, so let's see if Riley can stick to side control and see if she can get some of her own offense off.
Yeah, Haley was able to recover her guard back.
Yeah, so they're back to the closed guard, which is where that armbar started from.
Right, if I were Riley, I would posture up just a bit to break the guard, because this is where Haley was able to get that armbar, was keeping her posture down, getting an angle.
And it works both ways. You know, if you're Haley, you understand that that attack is there, but also Riley, she's seen it, she's defended it. Maybe she'll do something different to get this guard opened and not allow that deep submission attempt to happen again. It's like Riley trying to Ezekiel Haley from her own guard. Overcommits a little bit. And now Haley's going to sweep to mount.
Notice how she keeps her head very close to Riley's head.
Yeah, and I like that in this rule set, how she dismounted. Sometimes when people keep their elbows in a little too tight, you don't have enough time to work from the mount. A lot of times you'll see people go to side control to perhaps get some back exposure. Interesting. It looked like Riley had almost like a guillotine grip around Haley's neck, and she used it to reverse.
Yeah, into her closed guard, though. So when you have a guillotine, she had answered for her own. It's kind of hard to submit with the guillotine from a closed guard, so good recognition by Riley to let that go.
See Haley threatening the omoplata. She's going to make a sweep out of it. So Riley throws the legs over to defend. She slips her arm out again. Reverse mount. And nice scrambling by Riley to make sure she doesn't stay on bottom after that attempt.
Right. And she chose the perfect time to come back up.
So now she has an
Haley
Ezekiel. The Ezekiel was pretty tight for a second. She keeps fishing for it. Haley's going to have to frame in the armpits to, strip that off. Working from a flattened half. As Haley gets knees to the chest, she gets her guard back. All right, that's going to be time.
Keep going.
Representing Collective Jiu-Jitsu.
William Highfield in the pink and black.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Peter Kang representing Kang.
Be interesting to see how he deals with the pace of Peter Kang. It's one thing about Peter, if you've seen any of his matches, he comes out the gate hot.
And the crowd, man. Like, he brings such a good crowd, too. So hearing that, crowd screaming has to do something to you mentally.
Yeah, it hypes you up. Williams sits and then stands. Peter aggressively snapping. Cartwheel pass. Looks like William was a little bit late to react to that, and he gives up his back. Peter's all over it. He has a front headlock. He's going to turn that into a scramble for the back once again. William doing a good job keeping his elbow in, preventing that hook from happening. Peter ready to dig a choke with that right arm. You saw that?
Yeah.
And this is the pace that I'm talking about. Where some people would, stay in that knee shield, Peter just backs out and looks to start again. Jumping triangle attempt. To the back again.
I mean, this is the way to defend, right? To kind of stay tight for William. I would be doing the same. It doesn't give Peter that much room to really move, but as I say that, he's almost at the back with one hook in.
Oh, now he's trying to get under the chin.
Oh, he has a body triangle.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to start digging those chokes in with both hands. Got a body triangle on the left side. Peter with wrist control on the left side now. As Williams maintaining good hand fighting.
Yeah, he's really kind of trying to prevent the sub, right? Holding on to both or one of his arms, keeping his hands on the outside, not letting Peter Kang get in the inside for his neck. And then as I say that, he sinks in a choke.
Yeah, he jumps all over an opportunity to lock in a rear naked. He's got to dig it again. See William try to pummel that body triangle off.
Just like you were saying, hey, if there's no choke, you have to fight the legs, right?
So looks like Peter has a Kimura grip, abandons it, and he's just going to keep taking back control. But this is a little better for William now that he's upright. He gets broken back down. And Peter with the tight seatbelt grip. Switching the position of the head control. I wonder what kind of attacks Peter's looking for. Because he purposely switched the head control from the right to left. Now he's back on the right side. Oh, he's got that arm all tied up, and that arm is under the neck. It's in. If he can get the grip, yeah, this choke is on. Oh, Williams in a lot of trouble. He's tapping. Beautiful finish from Peter Kang. Switched sides on the back control a few times, dug the choke right to left, and he eventually found it.
Winner is Peter Kang and Tiger Kang.
And shout out to William Highfield. It's a tough match to grapple somebody like Peter Kang, but he did it well.
Number 32, coming out of the blue corner, we have Jason Reed, representing Quintella Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Rohan Kurani, representing Tiger Kang MMA.
Right. Rohan Kurani out of Tiger Kang goes against Jason Reed from Quintella in this green and blue singlet. Immediately snatches a single. Oh, wow. Whoa, Rohan jumped for the guillotine off the single leg. He couldn't get hands connected, but that was a great way to counter.
Great way to defend, too, because you don't want to land in a bad position getting taken down. So instead, he opted to try to go for the guillotine for close guard. And
why not? We're not keeping track of points. Submission attempts weigh very heavily in this rule set. So that already gets him a nice head start. Gonna walk him to the center. Walks him to the corner.
He's walking him to the corner so he could hear his coach.
Yeah, reminiscent of Matt Hughes versus Frank Trigg.
That's awesome.
Oh, you saw that. Rohan tried to bump sweep, but he gave up the head and arm control in the process. So now Jason is just controlling, keeping Rohan on his shoulder.
Yeah, it looks like Rohan wanted to go for a shoulder crunch, but
I'd like to see Jason start to stand and split the guard, because otherwise he's going to have to be dealing with this. It's now a battle of defending the submission attempts.
Right, he already has like a guillotine attempt in the beginning. So you have to think Jason has some kind of urgency to go for some subs.
Rohan working an overhook from the closed guard. He's walking that guard up very high, keeping the shoulders pinched. And if it weren't for that overhook, oh, there's a triangle. Has a beautiful angle. It appears to be on. Jason's doing a good job of pressuring into him to try to alleviate it a little bit, but you know, soon any moment here, yep, he's going to roll over, and then now he's really got to defend the arm as well. Something else to think about. Triangle's a bit sideways now. Yeah, and each time you roll over, it just gets tighter and tighter, man. Now he's straight on. He's going to be pulling the head.
He defended pretty well and trying to drive to the other side. If he can drive to the left.
Yeah, and you see how most people would stop after they flip over on their side. Jason is doing a good job of getting his hips underneath of Rohan's to...
And trying to get his left arm in, too.
Yeah, so watch. He might do it again. Oh, my God, a Kimura on the other side for the finish. Jason wasn't liking that. So he pushed him off a little bit. That was a beautiful way to stick to it and get the finish on the other side after having some difficulty, you know, really getting the angle for the triangle. Another beautiful submission finish for Tiger Kang MMA.
That was intense.
And it came out of nowhere. I was not expecting him to go for the far arm.
Right.
All right, for match number 33, coming out of the blue corner, we have Kelly Zacchio, representing Balance Studios. And coming out of the red corner, we have Sydney Lehman, representing 10 Planet Bloomsburg.
Ooh, this one's going to be fun.
Yeah, this should be a good one. Blue belts, 5 minutes.
So we got Kelly in the blue shorts, and then we have Sydney in the all black. Looks like both ladies are going to want to go for takedowns. One thing to note, Kelly never pulls.
Immediately slicing over to the left side is Kelly. She keeps that ankle pinned to the mat so she can get a better look at passing to the right side now. Oh, Sydney's in on a knee bar. Oh my God, this is tight. This is very, very tight. Yeah, the longer Kelly stays on her right hip, the more danger she's in, but it looks like she pointed her knee to the mat.
Ooh, and she got the left leg in, so she's able to defend better.
Yeah, she pushed that one through to kind of stop the ankle lock attack. Very good defense on the fly by Kelly, but super slick entry. A near finish for Sydney.
Yeah.
So we can toe hold and knee bar at blue belt here.
Just no twisting leg locks.
Yeah, so heel hooks and Aokis are out of the question here. She has that left arm threaded through on Kelly's calf. We could see if she could attempt a calf slicer. You see how she's crossing her ankles. She's going to have to sweep her first before she could think about that, though.
Yeah, Kelly did a good job of building base, and then she turns out.
Nice job by Kelly getting her hips on top of Sydney's and starting to work that counter now. She's, passed in on an arm bar.
Wow.
And I'd say she has a very good look at breaking the grip. She has it straightened out. Can she adjust it?
She got the tap.
Yep, she tapped.
Wow.
Wow. Super slick match. And I got to say, that's what I expected out of this match.
For sure. Like, that was a super tight knee bar for Sydney, and then great counter and spinning out for knee on neck to a arm bar.
Oh, yeah.
Out of Kelly.
All right, this one's going to be a good one, too. Nick Mancini versus Zach Radigan. Zach Radigan had an awesome match with Luke Staley at a previous Riverfront.
All right, for match number 34, coming out of the blue corner, we have Nick Mancini representing Riverfront Jiu-Jitsu.
Nick Mancini rocking the black with the camo shorts.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Zach Radigan representing Strategic Academy.
Now look, although a blue belt, Zach Radigan is a very experienced competitor.
Yo!
And operates, oh, look at that. Oh, wow, they faked us out. Both rocking the singlets for this one.
I wonder if this was planned.
Had to be.
This is great. All right, I'm nervous. Just don't come over here. All right, they're getting close to the table.
Nick Mancini has very good wrestling for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, Nick's going to be in the blue and Zach is in the black. This match is 6 minutes, sub only for those who are tuning in. If there's no sub, it does go to a ref decision.
So Nick snatched the single, but opted to take an underhook on the same side. Zach controlling the other hand.
Notice how Nick is lower than Zach. So from what I understand in wrestling, you do want to be lower, or your head positioning lower than your opponent.
Yeah, depending on the style that you compete in. I know Nick comes from a college wrestling background, and his shots are fast. Zach looking to do some upper body work. Gets in deep on a shot, but they're out of bounds.
I love that they stopped, because if they didn't,
they would have put
right
a hole
into
through
the
wall.
camera.
So it looks like Zach is faking some level changes, but I'd imagine that's just so he can get an underhook or get deep in on a collar tie like he's been doing. Doesn't look like he's trying to shoot. Oh, look at that. He has a no-gi baseball bat choke. Nick's forced to defend. He throws the leg over. He winds up in mount. He's got to strip that grip, though, and he breaks free.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a very legit attempt, though.
That was.
Had to have caught Nick by surprise.
I've only ever seen that on like a highlight reel. Never live. Those no-gi baseball bat jokes.
Yeah, some people are really good at them. Eric Red Schaefer is the first person that comes to mind. He's tapped dozens of people with those in competition. Nick is in on a head and arm choke. He has his forehead to the mat. He has his hands connected. His elbow is flared, and he's sitting to his right hip. It looks like it's on. This looks like it's on deep. I wonder if he's going to dismount to try to finish it, or if it's okay here. See how he's trying to break the grip. He's adjusting again. Now he closes the elbow. Time over tension, as they say. He's keeping this position. He's not letting up.
The shoulder looks a little high up. I think his shoulder needs to be closer to the mat when you go for those kind of head and arm chokes.
So it looks like he's reaching for the arm. That's answering the phone. You could do a cheeky little shoulder lock that way. So he misses it. Goes to an Americana. Shoulders off the mat, but he's still cranking it anyway. It's a good way to get back exposure. But Jaxx knows what's happening. He's keeping his hands connected, not letting his elbow get above his head anymore. And so that's one way to stay safe from those threats, the submissions that involve your elbow being above your head. He's taking a body lock on Nick.
Yeah. But it makes it very difficult to escape, and time is not on his side. Although he does have a baseball bat choke attempt, Nick Mancini also has that head and arm choke too, so being on the top position, there is some sense of urgency to get out of that for Jaxx.
So Jaxx lets go, and he's going to frame at the hips, perhaps try to get his guard back. And they separate. So Jaxx will stay seated. Cartwheel attempt by Nick, and he sits back. Looks like he has a reap. Oh, Jaxx in on a toe hold. This is going to get tight. This is going to get tight because Nick's knee was bent, but he slips it, and now he's in on a heel hook. So Nick has outside Ashy. Appeared to have been digging for the heel. Jaxx slipped it. That toe hold looked scary for a second, though.
It did. It looked really tight.
Jaxx would be inviting Nick to come into his guard. Jumping triangle attempt for Nick. Jaxx rolls through and frees himself of danger. Nice way to collect the arm as he slid by.
Man, I would have kept on to that. He had a really good bite there on the Kimura.
Yeah, this is a match that could easily be 10 minutes, and it would be just as entertaining all the way through.
Wow.
It's exact.
Perfect opportunity for...
Yeah, made a little bit of a mistake keeping his hips too high. Wasn't able to react in time, and he gives up the pass here. Working a knee in between the hip and the elbow.
That keeps Jaxx on his side. Not sure why he's letting up, but...
Nick has control of that right leg. It's like knees are pinched, though. Either one of the feet is going to have to come across the hip. He's digging for the heel, belly down. Oh, that's a straight. Digging the straight ankle lock. It's still a live submission, so he's keep on going. Jaxx wasn't aware yet. He didn't know about the rule. That could be a huge mistake.
Good job for Nick on holding on to that sub.
Awesome match by both gentlemen. Entertaining all the way through. But Nick's going to take it. He would look to be a little bit deeper on the leg attacks. And I think that head and arm choke negated that very first baseball bat choke, which was, on its own very deep.
Man, that would have been the coolest sub if it would have.
Oh, could you imagine if it landed? I don't think I've ever seen one in person.
Yeah, me either. That's what I was saying. I was like, man, I've only ever seen them in highlights.
All right, for match number 35, coming out of the blue corner, we have Cara Davini, representing Daniel Gracie Northeast.
Cara Davini out of Daniel Gracie Northeast. She's a yellow and white belt.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Summer Grandel, representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu.
Summer Grandel, a blue belt out of Titan Jiu-Jitsu. This match is set for 5 minutes. Kara looks to pass the guard early. Clears her head, and Nash will take side control. Forcing Summer to turn.
Very good pressure, too, for Kara.
Yeah, and you see her hip was turned the right way, is making it very, very hard for Summer to get her guard back.
Nice mount. Made it look very easy. Coach is calling for a gift wrap, but Summer's doing a good job of not letting her settle into that mount.
So Kara's working from this high mount. And Summer she was on a hip. I thought possibly she was going to give up that shoulder. Yeah, you see how she's sliding lower and lower, but that's not necessarily a good thing for her right now because the mount is so tight. The elbows will be above the head.
Yeah, and Kara's keeping her head position in a good place. She's not going too high up with her torso, or just staying in the right spot to maintain that mount position.
And that helps a lot, too, if you're looking for things like gift wrap, back takes. Summer trying to get that left foot on the mat. Try to get some space here to strip this mount.
And she's looking like she's trying to isolate her arm as well.
Still continuing to try to work out of this mount by switching directions of the legs. Sometimes that can give you a little bit of a bump on the hip and give you the space you need. You see she's going back to it.
Trap a leg. She has a good angle to trap that leg. And
there it is. She gets it.
Nice knee cut to side control for Kara.
But with the upper body and the head control being so good, side control is not much better than the mount we saw previously. See, Summer's having a very tough time creating space.
I'd like to see her get to her knees and try to wrestle up.
That could be the answer.
And nice cartwheel pass. North-south for Kara.
So Kara's going to see if she can get anything going from north-south. Summer's just holding on to the head here with this triangle.
Very nice, solid.
She's
done that. Yeah, she's done that mount. It seems like
oh, now she's digging a head and arm. So if she can keep her forehead to the mat.
You think she can still finish it here with the wrist in?
It depends on how deep that shoulder is and if it's connected to the neck or not. But here it's looking pretty good for Summer. I think she'll defend this initial attack. And she has a hand on the hip too, to prevent Kara from leaning towards a hip to finish. Yeah, you see right now, because her head's not on the mat, I don't think that there's a crazy amount of choking going on here, but nonetheless, it's very frustrating.
She pushes it over. Yeah, she was able to get the elbow across her head. If she can flatten her out, maybe get like a triangle here.
Yeah, Summer's defense is holding up, and that's going to be time. Cara Davini out of Daniel Gracie Northeast takes the decision win.
Dominant performance by Cara.
Yeah, really good top control, switching side to side to north-south, back to mount.
And stayed very patient, too.
All right, for match number 36, coming out of the blue corner, we have Jamar McGriff representing Web MMA.
Jamar McGriff walking out in the pink and black attire.
Iced out.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Dante James representing 410 Academy of Martial Arts.
Dante James, a fan favorite as far as Riverfront fights goes. He's been on multiple cards.
Yeah, he's very active as well. It's going to be similar to like a Peter Kang type match.
Just recently coming off a win from Ground Zero. Very experienced for a blue belt.
For sure.
But, ooh,
Damn.
Beautiful foot sweep.
And reversal. Dude, that was nice.
Yeah, very good awareness from Jamar. Able to take top position off of that foot sweep. Dante has a gable grip with an underhook on his right side. And Jamar is just looking to, stay tight to the hips and smash down that butterfly to make sure that nothing comes of it. You see how he's switching over? Okay, he tried to step over, but Dante was able to get closed guard. And this is a position Dante is very proficient at. He has very good closed guard attacks.
Yeah, I would like to see Jamar posture up, get that collar tie off.
Explosive hip bump, but it's stuffed by the hands and the hips.
Yeah, Jamar's coach is calling for hands on the armpits to stand. Seems like that's something he's going to have to do, or at the hips. Someone like Dante, he has a very active guard. You got to pin either the hips or the arms down.
Yeah, there he goes. Sticks hands in the armpits. He's going to look to split the guard in half.
Makes his way down to the hips.
He's doing a good job of keeping his posture where he wants it. It's not up or down. It's just wherever he feels it needs to be.
Dante with that shoulder crunch.
You see right now how Dante wants that shoulder crunch. This is the time for Jamar to just stay low and keep his head glued to the chest.
Right.
Whereas when there's no grips or submission going on, Jamar is more upright.
Yeah, I agree.
Dante's going to switch it up a little bit. Briefly look for an underhook on the right side, on the leg. We'll see if he goes back to working the underhook on the leg, because sometimes it is easier to force a K-guard scenario on somebody who's being very tight on top in the closed guard. It's much easier to force a transition that has to do with the legs than it is a transition or attack that has to do with the upper body.
Right, especially when they're staying very low.
So sprawling on the right side.
Guard's open here for Jamar.
Yeah, and he's got a left foot on the hip, but he's going to use it to climb up and get a little bit of a better angle. And, you know, putting a foot on the hip is a good way to bait the top person to put a foot on the floor. Oh, now he walks up that rubber guard. Got mission control, got ankles crossed. Still a bit square, and he leaves it alone.
Jamar was able to get his shoulders in whenever there's a rubber guard or any kind of control of your upper body. Walk them shoulders in to defend. I don't think there's that much time really left on the match.
No, I don't think so. And at this point, it seems Dante is the one who's been more active from the bottom position.
Although Jamar did hit that really nice counter.
Right, to wind up on top.
Yeah.
Off of that first takedown attempt. So now Dante's starting to open up a little bit more. And that's experience. He knows it's not a great look to be, you know, held down in the closed guard. So later in the match, you got to start trying to open up, get a little bit more creative with the attacks, which is what you see here.
And that's time.
It's going to go to a judge's decision. Let's see what they have to say.
This is a 5-minute match, so it seems like it's going to be a tough one for the refs.
Dante James is taking the decision.
Winner is Dante James on a 4-1-0 Academy of...
Closely contested match, pretty much equal in skill sets. They're negating each other a little bit. All it takes is one small opportunity to really capitalize. Up next, we've got some gray belts.
All right, for match number 37, we have Steven Eisner coming out of the blue corner, representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Xavier Jumper, representing BJJ.
All right, Steven Eisner Jr. out of Titan Jiu-Jitsu versus Xavier Jumper from McHugh BJJ. Steven Eisner Jr. recently had a featured match on Fight to Win in Philadelphia last month. Ooh, very nice takedown from the over-under by Xavier. And in no time at all, he's already starting to work from top side control. Circles to the back. Tight waist control. Oh, a big mat return. Right on a rear naked choke. He's putting the squeeze on. This is tight.
Wow.
That's a tap. Xavier Jumper.
That's not a slam. That's a mat return.
Nah, that was a clean mat return. They're calling for coaches would say it's a slam.
Xavier Jumper.
Yeah, typically if you don't arch, you don't take the guy backwards and you just set him down on all fours. If you don't jump, you know, it's just a one continuous motion. It's usually not a slam. But nonetheless, great jiu-jitsu.
Absolutely, and he went right for the rear naked choke immediately after.
All right, for match number 38, coming out of the blue corner, we have Eric Strausser representing 10th Planet Bloomsburg.
All right, this is a good one. This could easily be the main event on a lot of different grappling cards. Eric Strausser out of 10th Planet Bloomsburg. Black belt match. She'll be taking on Nick Calvanese.
Nick Calvanese representing United Arts.
Nick Calvanese from United Arts. This will be an 8-minute match.
So we got Nick Calvanese in the subdue gear and Eric Strausser in the all black. Actually, they're all black.
Both of these guys are definitely no stranger to high-level competition. They've been on really stacked cards all over the country.
Yeah, this is a black belt match, so it's going to be running for 8 minutes.
So Eric will pull butterfly with an overhook.
Looks like Nick's trying to do some kind of pressure pass in here.
Now, maybe I've been out of the loop, but I haven't seen Calvin East compete in quite a bit. I remember he was on a tear back in around 2017-18 doing every fight to win in Philly.
Yeah, that's where I seen him the most, was at like fight to wins when they were popping back in the day. Eric right back to rubber guard.
Yep, throws in that meat hook, and he's looking to get a hand over the ankle, entering Hindulatine territory. But man, Nick's upper body stays so heavy.
He has a really good, nice tight waist on the hips here. I think that's going to prevent Eric from getting the angle he needs.
Nice. And really good awareness by Eric, letting it go. Once Nick is passed, got a buggy, but Nick is doing a good job of flattening Eric out, making it so he can't sit up and crunch into it.
Honestly, sometimes even just threatening a buggy kind of changes the trajectory of the person who's trying to pass, right? Like you're thinking, okay, I don't want to go into that buggy, so I'm going to switch it up.
It makes you second guess.
Very nice knee cut by Nick.
Yeah, one thing Eric's doing is he's staying on a hip and he's keeping a frame in. Nick's going to look to go north-south. Eric's doing his best to keep his hips in the air and possibly start to dig a heel in the hip.
And that's really how you should be defending north-south, to create the angles and the space that you need to come up.
Yeah, I'd say Nick is looking to dig for a darce right here. You saw how he sat to the hip.
Yup.
I wonder if that's locked.
It locked.
Oh, it is. It is very locked. Eric's staying on all fours, which is good for him right now, but okay, now he's flat to the back. So hands connected, gable grip. Looked like he jumped for a Peruvian right there.
He almost did, yeah. Oh,
in on a heel hook. Looks like his knee's a bit free. He's going to start to sprint out of this. I wonder if Eric can take a grip on the hip and actually chase the back from here. Nope, he'll keep his open guard. Nice pass right off the break by Nick. And Eric is staying active from bottom position.
Yeah, I thought he was going to stay with that arm saddle.
And, it's important to do that. After one solid submission attempt from the bottom, the guy gets out. You don't want to just look at what's happening, the guy escaping. You want to stay on him and not give him the opportunity to start to mount some offense.
Absolutely.
But Nick's very experienced. He knows how to deal with it, so he's going to flatten Eric out and start to look for his passes again.
I mean, I would say it's pretty even right now with Nick having that head or that darce and Eric going for the legs.
Nick looking for one more pass. He's going to throw in a left butterfly to assist. Man, not giving Eric much breathing room, is he?
At all. Almost giving smother vibes.
He places his head next to his on the left side. And I like that he's using his forehead on top of Eric's head, too.
To prevent him from getting up, right?
Yeah. If your head doesn't leave the mat, your shoulders can't leave the mat.
Science. Man, that's a wicked crossface.
Oh, yeah, he's really making him look the other direction with that. Back to north-south is Nick. Looking to dig that left arm underneath for a north-south choke, it appears. Eric recognized it and sat to the right hip. Oh, nice attempt.
Insane.
Oh! He landed in an armbar for a second here. Didn't get the elbow completely straight, but he did make Nick back out and have to reset.
Yeah, Eric's guard is dangerous, man. You do not want to give up any kind of room.
Now, and you can see why Nick is being so tight when he's on top. You know, anytime there's space, Eric is throwing something up, whether it's upper body or lower body.
Yeah, but when there's no space, that's a lot of pressure coming at you, man. And I feel like this is the difference between like all the other matches being like the lower belts is notice how Nick is using his head to pass and keeping when he does north-south, his head is at the stomach.
Yeah. Yeah, they say to put your forehead in the sternum.
Whoa. Okay.
Ooh, electric
this
chair.
Is deep.
Oh, yeah. Nick is doing a split right now. And, you know, he looks comfortable, looks like he's dealing with it. I don't think Eric can offer anything with a ton of pressure until he gets more to the left hip. So,
man, anybody else would have probably tapped to that.
And beautiful defense by Nick. You saw how he swung that leg over to the left side.
For sure.
So now when he does get his right leg free, he's going to have a nice look at knee slicing to the right side.
Right, with the deep underhook.
Mm-hmm. The head is already in position. You see how he's setting his upper body up for what he wants next.
Yeah, but Eric right away got for a nice lockdown here on the leg to prevent that knee cut.
Yeah, though this isn't the most comfortable situation in the world for Nick, he's making the most of it by really controlling the upper body of Eric. Be interesting to see if he could salvage the position and make something happen with that lockdown.
Yeah, I think so. I think he just needs the underhook, and that's what Nick is not giving him.
He's doing the right thing by rocking back and forth. You see how he's floating?
Yep.
So all of Nick's weight is on Eric's hips, and he breaks free. He's going to continue to slice. I like that head and arm control on the knee cut.
Wow. Man, I could have seen this match go a little longer.
Oh, yeah, high-level stuff. It's great to see Nick Calvinese back out there.
For sure.
And, man, Eric's guard was dangerous the whole way through. Nick couldn't really take a breath.
I mean,
he's going to pick up the decision win. That control and the deep darts probably sealed it for him. Beautiful passing on display.
It could have gone either way because there was a few subs there for Eric as well. But, yeah, that pressure, there's no joke.
Yeah, very good decision-making by Nick there, especially in the end when he was dealing with that electric chair.
RIP all his training partners who had to deal with that.
Oh, right.
Number 39, coming out of the blue corner, we have Nate Chappell representing 10th Planet Bloomsburg. And coming out of the red corner, we have Dennis Pratt representing Balance Studios.
Right, Dennis Pratt versus Nate Chappell. Blue belt match, 5 minutes.
So Nate's in the all black and red, level black, and then Dennis Pratt, actually, this is his second match.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw him compete earlier in the day today.
He had a pretty quick sub in his first match.
That was the guillotine. It started off one-handed, and then he switched to a traditional grip. I remember that.
Yep.
So he defended that drop-down armbar very well, and he's going to start to work from Nate's guard. Gets past, passes very cleanly.
So Eric had just competed, and he's right mat side coaching now. It's like from competition to coaching.
He looks like he could go 8 more minutes, too.
Right?
So that buggy defense was successful because Dennis was able to lift his hips so high off the mat. A lot of the times you can give up a little bit of height, but man, when your spine is almost straight up and down, it's very tough to adjust anything without slipping. Wow. Talk about the top control.
Wow.
Ooh,
that was beautiful.
Sweep. Sneaky underhook, almost like it wasn't even there until it was too late to really defend.
Yeah, if I were Nate, I would keep my arms in. Once he gets that right arm
that
out.
elbow's past, though. I know that the angle isn't very good for adjusting right now, but he's still stuck.
He needs to feed that right arm in to prevent that triangle.
Yeah, and you see how shallow that other shoulder is?
Nice.
I was just going to say it looked a little bit too shallow to adjust it the conventional way. But Nate is just all gas right now. So he's threw the meat hook in.
Ooh.
And he has an underhook on the arm. Oh, let's see if he could break it open. So now that instep is in front of the shoulder. This could get set up for a nasty arm lock. Oh, my God.
And he got the tap.
I thought his elbow popped.
Yeah. I mean, this is great. I think Dennis stepped in last minute. He had filled in a dropout for match 4, so
Winner is
no lose for Dennis, but great job for Nate Chappell out of 10 Planet Bloomsburg.
He found himself out of that bad position in the beginning and really poured the offense on after that sweep.
Shout out to 10 Planet Bloomsburg. Used to be known as a Mid-World Martial Arts. They drove a pretty far drive to get here, but they came squad deep.
Is that where Sydney Lehman was from?
Yeah.
Or is she from Allentown?
No.
Number 40, coming out of the blue corner, we have Michaela Dockweiler, representing McHugh Jiu-Jitsu.
Michaela Dockweiler from McHugh Jiu-Jitsu, facing off against Kiana Latour.
We have Kiana Latour, representing Northwest MMA.
Kiana Latour, I believe Kiana's like only 17 or 18. Very good wrestling. Very aggressive too.
So we got Michaela in the blue and Kiana in the orange and black.
Look at that. Expect a lift. Oh, I hope they didn't make contact with the bleacher.
Got to circle in. I think they're both looking for the takedown.
Nice shrug attempt by Michaela, but Kiana was ready for it. She felt the off balance, and she gets the trip. And one thing I was going to say about Kiana, her feints and her level changes are very fluid. There's nothing really jerky about it. It's like she knows which direction she wants to go, and she commits.
Yeah, she didn't overcommit to the fakes either.
So almost passed is Kiana, but Michaela does a really good job of framing and getting her knee in. Now she's going to go to the other side, flipping her over. So they're going to wind up in turtle. I wonder if they're going to restart at standing or try to recreate the position.
Turtle position's not hard to recreate.
Yeah. So she's got that far hook in. She's going to look to roll her over on the left shoulder, which I think is pretty possible right now.
Michaela's doing good with her turtle, staying very low, elbows in, and
Yeah.
super tight.
So important to keep that left elbow close to the hip to prevent that other hook. Still working from the top turtle with one hook in. Kayana's trying to find a way to get the hands out of the way so she could start digging her chokes.
Yeah, this match is only 5 minutes, so there has to be some urgency here on both sides. But as far as position, Kayana definitely has a better position here.
Okay, now she's going to break her down. Kayana sticks with the underhook. You see how she has her hand flipped over on the pit of the elbow?
Yep.
It prevents her from slipping off. Very good awareness.
And it keeps that chest to back connection, right?
Right. It's a little bit stronger than an underhook for its purpose right here. You'd want to use the underhook to stay chest to back. But when you flip that hand and you catch the bicep and the elbow pit, it prevents you from falling off on the left side. Very smart.
I think she's trying to make her open up and sprawl out.
She looked to slip a hook in for a second, but she appears to be pretty comfortable with that body triangle. She's got wrist control on the same side.
Very nice bump here for Michaela to create some space, but I think that created some kind of space to get a choke in.
She had it under the neck. She got it. Wow.
Yeah, it was that bump created the space for Kayana to sink in that choke.
And, you know, that's what Michaela had to do. She had to get her off somehow, but that's just the way it goes sometimes.
For
Leave
sure.
small openings.
Yo, we have 6 matches left. Could you believe that? It went by really fast.
Yeah, I can't believe we're already 4 hours into the event. It really has not felt like it.
All right, for match number 41. Out of the blue corner, we have Josh Haymaker. Representing Paramount Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have Marco Gelati, representing Logic Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, so we have Jillian Peterson on the mic.
Hey.
Hey, can you hear us now?
Yes. Yes.
Awesome.
People are actually going to hear me commentate this time.
Yeah.
Not a dead mic like earlier.
All right, so we have Josh Hamaker in the all black and Marco Gelati in the black and purple. This match is 6 minutes, and right away he goes for a takedown, but really good escape with that guillotine.
All right, how low these guys are going to making my own knees hurt.
Listen, I cannot get that low. Don't ask me to try.
Yeah, there's
just
no filling out period. They're just diving for each other.
For sure. Seems like they have similar game plans, too.
Yeah, you know, Josh is the kind of guy, like, he's on the competition scene constantly around here.
For sure. Ooh, nice pass for north-south. Is Josh.
Yeah, so he's got really good control, on that right side or right arm there. So we'll see maybe if he's going to pull that up maybe into like a Kimura armbar situation there.
Ooh, nice wrestle up from Marco. Ooh,
and nice front headlock.
Yeah, he was able to use that to break his posture down. Circle to the back. Oh, I almost thought he was going to go for an armbar.
I know. But it looks like he just kind of lost control of it, just mid-throwing his body across the mat.
It's kind of hard to stabilize with somebody like Josh.
Right? And both these guys, they're just, you can just see
Very
this really
scrappy.
high-level pace, you know? So it's, you got to be quick when you want to finish something like that armbar, and sometimes it's just hard to maintain control of that all the way down.
100%. Now we have Josh and Mount. Looks like he's trying to isolate one of those arms.
Yeah, he's heavy in this, high mount. He's got his knees underneath his armpit, just really working both sides. If he can't get to the left arm, he's trying for the right. So he's trying to isolate something. So he's got...
Does he have a gift wrap? Yeah.
Looks like he
can't
except
really
for I
see.
think Marco might have taken his arm back, but he's got a nice little Americana grip there. I might use it as setup for maybe like a triangle instead. But I really like how Josh is just constantly attacking the arms. He's not sitting in mount just trying to just smother him and just break him down a little bit. He's really just switching back and forth. All right, I don't have control of this one. Now he's getting control of the other one. So now he's got, he's got a nice locked-in armbar there.
Got that
looks like
belly down
with it.
arm
Oh,
bar.
is that a tap? No. Oh, it's hard to work from that angle.
Marco did a good job. Wow. I was going to say he cleared the legs. I think it was just the space not being able to kind of spin out of it, but what a great match.
It's kind of, like almost ADCC rules where,
you keep going.
Keep going. You got a locked-in submission, screw that crowd.
For real.
Like, just move out of the way.
Josh Hammaker out of Paramount Jiu-Jitsu gets the win by belly down armbar.
I mean, that was, for how short that match, though, was, that was exciting.
Yes,
that
intense.
All right, well, it was great seeing you again, Jess. That was a lot of fun. So I'm going to go back to reffing now.
All right. The woman who does it all. Jillian Peterson, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, for match number 42, coming out of the blue corner, we have Dylan Harnish, representing 10th Planet Bloomsburg.
Dylan Harnish from 10th Planet Bloomsburg.
Out of the red corner, we have Ben Lacatus, representing Balance Studios.
Taking on Ben Lacatos from Balance. Ben in the blue, Dylan in the white.
I'm telling you, 10 Planet Bloomsburg came in squad deep today.
This one should be fun. Dylan, a very experienced competitor in multiple sports, stuffs that shot. He's in on a front headlock. Looks like that right arm is pretty deep, but he's taking the underhook with the left arm.
Is that a chin strap? Oh.
Yeah, whips him down. Oh, he's in on an arm and guillotine. Must have felt something he didn't like, so he abandoned it right to the butterfly sweep.
Oh, wow.
Beautiful work by Dylan so far.
Yeah, Ben almost had an arm isolated there. Prevented Dylan from coming up. Sheesh. This match is only 5 minutes, so definitely could see that pace picking up.
And both these guys, they're in the shape to go 10 minutes for sure. See Dylan with a nice active butterfly hook on the left side. Oh, gets the elevation.
Oh, no.
Oh, but does he give up the back? Ben has a hook in. Looks like he let it go. He sticks with the upper body control, and now he takes top half guard. He's got to deal with a little bit of a lockdown, though. He's walking that underhook up, trying to get the elbow above the head. Let's see if he tries to get that right knee through and slice to the other side. Looking to pummel over to get Dylan on his right hip. But look, if he gets that nice escape. And they'll reset in the center. So nice work from Ben. Good shot, but denied by Dylan again, working the front headlock. Oh, turned it into a Darce. He failed for the arm and guillotine, but turns it into a Darce. Let's see if he can sit up and start to sprawl on this.
Ben is doing a good job. He changed his from going to turtle, and then he went back to turtle. He went belly up and alleviated that pressure.
Nice, good defense from Ben. Postured up when he knew he had to.
Right.
And frees himself for the submission. Jumping guillotine. So Dylan winds up on bottom.
It's a good game plan for Dylan, shooting up for a lot of subs, trying to get as many.
Oh, picks a single. Beautiful wrestle up. Let's see if he can get a finish. Standing Darce. Got hands connected. Look at this funky position here. See, Ben threaded his arm through his own leg and winds up on Dylan's back. That was crazy.
Wow.
Very good defense. Turned into offense by Ben. So he has one hook in on the bottom side. Ben's looking to trap the arm now. He's in on a choke. The arm is under the neck, but it looks like Dylan's doing a good job of grip fighting, so it doesn't turn into anything meaningful. He's starting to get his shoulder to the mat, and he's out of the submission, but he's got to deal with these hooks.
Yeah, Dylan did a really good job keeping a hold of that wrist. That's preventing him from sinking in that rear naked choke.
I'd like to see that counter where he threaded his arm through his leg again.
Very good defense.
Beautiful scrambling ability by Dylan here. You know, it's not very often you have a guy who is so used to moving their hips either direction to find the escape. Referee recreating the position here.
Referee extraordinaire, Jillian Peterson.
So you got to think, how are the judges seeing this one?
Man, I don't know. I'm just glad I'm not a judge.
You had a couple good front headlock attacks from Dylan, and on another one,
and
now it's an anaconda.
Yeah,
so far we've had a guillotine, Darce, and now an anaconda, and this one looks tightest of them all. It's on the forearm. He's walking it up to the bicep.
And he has the leg trapped.
Oh, wow. His neck is twisted up. You got to imagine that's putting the choke on.
Oof.
But again, he widens his shoulders and escapes.
And I think Dylan needs to just take his time with these subs and really...
Oh, crucifix.
Hold the position. Be patient with it.
So I'd imagine Dylan is going to try to sink that left arm under the chin and go palm to palm for this one. Or turn it into a head and arm, perhaps.
Oh, and that's
time. But no submission. That's going to be time.
That could have almost been a triangle submission.
Right? 10 more seconds. You never know. Go to the judges for this one.
Tough.
Decision goes to Dylan Harnish out of 10th Planet Bloomsburg.
Good call.
Winner is Dylan Harnish.
But honestly, that could have went longer. If that would have been a 10-minute match, I wouldn't have been mad.
Oh, absolutely. It never got stale. They were changing positions constantly. Going offense to defense. And really a good display of jiu-jitsu on both sides. Takes two to dance.
For sure.
That was fight of the night so far, right?
Number 43, coming out of the blue corner, we have Travis Biggs, representing Titan Jiu-Jitsu. And coming out of the red corner, we have William Holder, representing Method MMA.
Right, William Holder from Method takes on Travis Briggs out of Titan. Blue belt match, 5 minutes once again.
Travis Briggs is in the black and camo. We got William Holder in the yellow and black.
Good low stance from both men. Wrist control by Travis.
He's got a double inside collar tie.
Ooh, double underhooks now.
Nice.
Power twists him down to a flattened half guard.
I don't think Travis has any underhooks here. He can get reversed up.
And that's the danger. That's the danger of
he has a
the
guillotine.
reversal.
And he gets a tap. Wow. I was just going to say, man, he got reversed because he didn't get an underhook, but then that's what he was really going for.
That's exactly what happens when you try to bridge over with no underhook. You kind of leave the neck free.
Nice.
William Holder out of Method MMA.
Nice submission win for William Holder out of Method.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, for match number 44, coming out of the blue corner, we have Daniela Jumper, representing McHugh Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, Daniela Jumper out of McHugh Jiu-Jitsu takes on Ann Russell out of Baltimore BJJ. They're going to close the show for the ladies' matches tonight.
In the red corner, we have Ann Russell, representing Baltimore Jiu-Jitsu.
Daniela Jumper in the purple, Ann in the black. 6 minutes. All submissions legal. Oh, wow. Daniela responding to the tie-up really nicely by throwing in a front headlock, framing on the face here, trying to strip that control on the wrist. And inverts, looks to get a look at the arm. But Daniela's doing a good job so far staying out of danger, but she's inverted on that leg.
Yeah, she's isolating that leg, looking like either a knee bar or...
Oh, there's the heel hook.
For a heel hook.
Yeah, Daniela's got to clear that top leg. It's like that grip is very tight.
It sure does.
Knee's a little bit bent. Looks like her hip's over top of Ann's right now. But man, she has to strip that grip. It's so sticky with that gable grip right now. And this is a little bit better for Ann. If she could get a foot on the hip and change the direction of her hip, she might have a good shot at getting the finish here. Looks like the grip is off right now. And she's broken down on her shoulder, so Daniela can start to defend.
Yeah, Daniela's doing a good job at defending. Instead of putting her hands on the mat, she's really defending with those grip fighting.
And you know, that's what you want to do if you want to defend an outside heel hook. Slip it and break them down to the shoulder. So the bite is still there, slips it.
And sprawls immediately. That's exactly how
nice
you should
defense.
Yep.
Right, referee Jill Peterson's going to reset it back to the center. See, Daniela's passing was really nice. Switching between control of the legs and the head. You got to be careful against someone like Daniela if you're going to play seated guard, because she's already been attacking the head while passing. And it's very readily available when you're playing seated and upright.
Right, and knee cutting through a seated guard is much easier than
She bangs that left foot into the top leg, trying to get this knee slice. Looks like she might get it, and she does. But Ann's able to get the elbow to the mat, and she builds base.
She has a really good seatbelt grip there to keep her with that chest-to-back connection.
One hook in.
Ann's doing a good job at defending as well, keeping it tight, not letting her get any hooks in. Oh, and she has a leg isolated. So if Ann could sit up, she may be able to go for like a knee bar.
Yeah,
she has saddle.
She'll need to get to the hip first. It's a little loose.
Nice wrestle up here by Daniela.
Yeah, I like that she intertwined the leg with her right leg, was able to stay on top. So even though we're seeing a little bit of a positional dominance so far, at least, Ann had that very deep heel hook.
She did, and she held it on for a long time as well. So it wasn't just like a quick heel hook attempt.
Oh no, it was tight.
Deep.
The knee was bent, the toes were pointed.
And I want to say that was the only submission so far.
Definitely. So let's see what Ann's passing is like.
Oh, she's not even an attempt. She
in on a
wants
toe
sub.
hold.
Good game plan here, especially with this kind of rule set.
But Daniela's doing the right thing, covering the upper body.
I mean, she has saddle here if she lets go of that toe hold.
Right. And she figure fours.
Oh, she gets the tap.
Gets the knee bar.
Nice.
Classic. Nah. A little bit of a debate on if there was a tap or not. I know from the commentary booth it definitely looked like she was tapping.
Yeah. Wow. That's
hey, I've been there as a referee before. Called it on those scenarios where there's submission in. It looks like they're tapping, but they're really saying they're posting. It's tough.
Oh man.
But at the end of the day, the referee's just looking out for the safety of the competitors.
Right. Right.
So Ann Russell out of Baltimore BJJ.
Ann Russell from Baltimore Jiu-Jitsu.
She gets the knee bar submission.
Real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if anyone lost a phone, we have it here at the DJ booth. All right, for match number 45, coming out of the blue corner, we have Mark Mears.
All right, Mark Mears out of Elite Jiu-Jitsu. Purple belt versus brown belt in Jeff Robinson from Cape May BJJ. Mark Mears will be in the all black with purple.
And coming out of the red corner, we have Jeff Robinson, representing Cape May BJJ.
So this match is 6 minutes. We got Mark Mears is a purple belt and Jeff Robinson's a brown belt. So Mark's going to be fighting up. Although it really doesn't make a difference. It is still advanced rules.
Yep, 6 minutes, all submissions legal. Jeff pressing forward.
So we got Mark in the purple and Jeff in the blue.
A foot sweep attempt from Mark. Looks for the drag. Can't quite get Jeff to step into it.
Ooh, so Jeff answers for his own.
Yeah, and it looked like Mark didn't like that angle, so he opted to pull guard.
Yeah, he almost had butterfly and then close guard.
Yeah, quick heel hook submission by Jeff Robinson. So Mark pulled. He had that knee pretty isolated when he sat back. And that bite must have been on.
Is Jeff Robinson out of Cape May, BJJ.
Jeff Robinson, your winner. All right, down to the final match. We got Grant Kircher from 302 Jiu-Jitsu taking on black belt Joe Coughlin from Saga Jiu-Jitsu.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please make some noise for the last fight of the night. Coming out of the blue corner, we have Grant Kircher representing 302 BJJ.
Grant Kircher, very experienced competitor. He's competed in all types of rule sets.
Man, that fit is sick.
And fighting out of the red corner, we have Joe Coughlin representing Saga Jiu-Jitsu.
Joe Coughlin in the all black. 8-minute match.
So Grant is fighting up. That's why it's 8 minutes.
So Joe sits to a modified seated guard. You see how he's on both knees.
Yeah.
Allows you to wrestle up, snap down.
Just as he's doing it.
So
I think he wants the guillotine. Nice. Answer.
Yeah, so he's going to be past the guard, but could he be switching it to a punch choke? I can't tell where the hands are, but it looks like Joe's in a little bit of danger. I think Grant is trying to slip it through for a punch choke, but now that they're north-south, it's going to be a little bit tougher. Going to be much easier for Joe to slip his head out. You see Grant trying to salvage the position. He's covering with his left knee. Doesn't want Joe to strip that grip off. But now it might be a good time for Grant to work to his left hip.
Yeah, I would try to either get to my knees. He has a head isolated there. Or even log roll. Or try to. I mean, easier said than done against a black belt. It looks like Joe is trying to sink something in on his own.
Yeah, you see how he's threading that right arm underneath.
Mm-hmm.
But with the knees up in the position they're in for Grant, it's going to be a little bit tough. See, Grant is crunched in, keeping himself protected. And Joe looks like he's opting to cradle that top leg of Grant. Okay, so now he's out. So about 1 minute in, Grant's in bottom side, and Joe just keeps on threading that right arm deeper and deeper.
Yeah, it looks like Grant is holding onto his thigh so that he doesn't give up that arm, the right arm.
Gotta watch getting to that hip. That's where spinning arm bars happen. Nice thread of the arm saddle by Grant makes Joe back out. So now we'll get to see Grant play some guard. We'll also see what Joe's passing is like. Tying up. Looks like Joe tried to snap a guillotine, but Grant was a little bit fast. Oh, is he going to thread in for a calf slicer?
I think he needs to control the hips for that. Maybe.
Funky position with the leg here. So, okay, Grant is trying to shoot saddle, but Joe's able to slip his left knee out. Now Grant has a calf slicer of his own.
Yeah, he's holding on to, he knows he has a saddle position here, but that arm.
Oh, he keeps pushing that knee in deeper and deeper. Now, if Grant can invert. So now Joe's doing a better job of controlling the position with the upper body.
Ooh.
Oh, this is getting tricky. Free leg toe hold. Grant has a free leg toe hold.
Oh, I would have
slips it.
Definitely like to see him attack that saddled leg.
So Joe sits back on a straight ankle. The grip looks to be on, but Grant's foot is flat on the mat. That's going to prevent a lot of the breaking pressure. And Grant's doing the right thing. You see what he's doing with his left leg, trying to slip it underneath to alleviate it.
Yeah, and his right arm was posting on the leg.
Grant taking a second to figure out what he can do next here. I like the way Joe is playing his seated guard. It's pretty active. So he's underhooking Grant's leg. That's preventing that saddle entry.
Ooh.
Oh, Grant in on a knee bar, but it's a little bent, so he's going to opt to take the toe hold.
And he gets the tap.
Grant Kircher with the toe hold victory.
That was nice. That was such a good transition.
Nice win for Grant Kircher out of 302 BJJ in a very fun match.
That was the last match of the night, guys. Thanks so much for joining and for everyone who's been donating, and to all of our sponsors, Angels Retreat, Subdue Jiu-Jitsu, Synergy Integrated Health Center, Preston Automotive Group. We got some fight bonuses for Adult Fighter of the Night, Fastest Sub of the Night, and Coolest Sub.